Who's Not Ideal. That's a quote. Who's Hot and Who's Not is brought to you by Peerless Boilers and Pavilion Tankless Water Heaters, the world's best built boilers and tankless water heaters. Learn more about both at peerlessboilers.com. Who's Hot? Fernando Tatis Jr. was 3 for 4 last night with 2 homers in San Diego's 10-2 win over the Dodgers. Who's Not? Philadelphia's Matt Strahm allowed 2 runs in each of his first 2 NLDS appearances against the Mets. The leaderboard is brought to you by Lero's Transportation Group, driving people who drive business. Here are the playoff leaders in RBIs. Mark Vientos of the Mets has 7. Pete Alonso of the Mets has 5. And now it's time to go inside the lines. Here is Justin Shackle.
Susan, Inside the Lines is powered by Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 21 and physically located in New Jersey. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Tonight, the Yankees take on the Royals in Game 2. The run line on tonight's game is the Yankees at -1.5. The total runs for the game is over/under 7.5. In a player prop bet, Aaron Judge is plus 550 to hit the first home run in tonight's game. And tonight's pitching matchup is brought to you by California Cryo Bank. Build your family with the #1 sperm bank in the U.S. Game 2 features a pair of left-handers coming off quality regular seasons. For the Yankees, Carlos Rodon, a career-high 16 wins. He went 16-9 with a 3.96 ERA in a career-high 32 starts. Over his last 12 games, Rodon posted a 2.91 ERA. And for the Royals, it's young lefty Cole Reagans, who is one of the best pitchers in the American League this season. 11-9 record, a 3.14 ERA in 32 starts. He recorded a 2.69 ERA on the road. We'll have more of the Nissan Yankees pregame show coming up after this on WFAN Yankees Radio.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything's possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Fantasy freaks and geeks, what's up? James Coe here from the Sleeper King Football Podcast. Are you going to let AI dictate who you should be starting every week? No, because you've got a brain and ears. So listen to my podcast, Make Smarter Decisions. It's a short-form show dedicated to sleepers with every show 20 minutes or less. Every fantasy league has a Sleeper King. It should be you. Follow Sleeper King Football in the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Whether you're on the water, hitting the trails, or soaking up the sun, Shade and Precision Eyewear provides superior protection and clarity. Since life's too short to compromise on quality, visit SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and use code PLAY20 to get 20% off your purchase.
By Drip.
The Nissan Rogue with available Google built-in helps you make the most of your drive. Take care of the small stuff, like, hey Google, cool down my car. And, hey Google, turn on the dog feeder. Or change up your adventure. Hey Google, navigate me to the nearest music venue. Handle your drive like a pro.
Experience the ultimate connection in the new 2024 Nissan Rogue. Now Nissan offers 6 vehicles with starting MSRP under $30,000. Visit your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. Not equipped on all vehicles. Requires compatible device. Sequences shortened and simulated. Activation of Nissan Connect services package required. Only use features when safe and legal to do so. Data rates may apply. Subject to third-party service availability. Google, Google Play, and Google Maps are trademarks of Google LLC. Applies to 2024 Nissan Altima, Kicks, Leaf, Rogue, Sentra, and Versa base models. Trim level described with higher MSRP. All prices are manufacturer suggested retail price. MSRP excludes $13.90 destination and handling charges, tax, title, license, and options. Dealer sets actual prices.
As the playoffs heat up, stay hydrated with Ready Refresh. At the office or at home, Ready Refresh has amazing deals on all bottled water, from case packs to water filtration to 5-gallon bottles, delivered right to your door. Score more and skip the store. Ready Refresh ensures you're hydrated for every inning. Ready Refresh even has a great assortment of water dispensers and offers pro cleaning services for every model. Ready Refresh, your ultimate game day hydration partner. Order now at ReadyRefresh.com.
With over 30 stores to serve you, a rewards app that earns you free groceries, and a shop online service that delivers right to your door, what are you waiting for? Download the Food Bazaar Rewards app and get 10,000 bonus points after your first purchase. Visit foodbazaar.com for more.
Headed out on the town or maybe just running some errands, but worried you haven't charged enough to make it everywhere? Don't stress. Shell has a growing network of reliable EV charging sites at popular retail locations and Shell gas stations. So you can pull up, plug in, and venture out. Now that's convenient. Shell Recharge. Download the Shell app today to find the nearest Shell Recharge location. For more information on locations and how Shell measures reliability, visit shell.us/Shell Recharge.
This is Austin Wells, and you're listening to the Yankees Radio Network on The Fan, WFAN 1019, and always live on the Odyssey app.
It's time to tell you about our Hit for the Cycle contest, brought to you by Nielsen Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. If a Yankees batter hits for the cycle today, then Alan Kay from New Haven, Connecticut will win a 2024 Jeep Compass. And just for participating, every contestant will receive a $50 Wendy's gift card. To enter, go to WFAN.com/hitforthecycle. The Injury Report is brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com. Nestor Cortez actually played catch for the first time since being shut down with a flexor strain. He played catch yesterday and today. Aaron Boone said it was encouraging, and the next steps are still being determined. Tonight's Thriving Player is brought to you by ThriveWell Infusion, New York's premier infusion and injection center, saving lives drip by drip. Visit ThriveWellInfusion.com. Alex Verdugo was 2 for 3 with an RBI and a walk in the Yanks' 6-5 win in Game 1 of the ALDS. And now it's time for the leadoff spot with the aforementioned Alex Verdugo. That's brought to you by Laborers Local 731. Feel the power. In the Yankees clubhouse, I'm Susan Waldman with one of the stars of Game 1, and that, of course, is left fielder Alex Verdugo. And I was just talking about you with Aaron Boone, and I want to ask you something. It looks like you just switched something on. I know you didn't just switch it on, but how do you go from regular season, and I know there was a lot of disappointment in you, to turn it on? It's playoffs, 50,000 people screaming and yelling, and does that change things for you?
Yeah, I think it just it brings the adrenaline and the intensity factor up, I think, a little bit. Obviously, every game in the big leagues is very important, but playoffs is just a different animal, different emotions. It's, must-win baseball, and every pitch, every inning matters. So for me, this is like I said, I look forward to this, and this is when I really want to come out and just be myself and have fun.
And you obviously did this last time you were in the playoffs with the Red Sox. Your numbers were awfully good. Was that the same kind of thing, that it's the playoffs and there you are, and it's just a different time of year?
Yeah, I would like to say that, obviously in 21 I had some playoff experience and it went relatively well for me. So, we're hoping to just kind of keep that same adrenaline. I've been in big games my whole life, though, with the, World Baseball Classic to, several things growing up. And obviously there's no bigger than MLB playoffs, but this is, as a kid, this is what we dreamed of, and this is what we all look forward to.
Okay, when you look back on this year, there are so many people in this clubhouse that, as you guys say, have your back, and this is a very close team, and you can see it. How much did your teammates help you with all the things that you went through this year?
Yeah, they all helped me. I mean, everybody helped me out a lot, just with the struggles and, just kind of keeping my head up and just making sure that, block out the outside noise and control what we can control. And, with that, we ended up really feeling a lot better and, obviously made some adjustments, some changes, and we're seeing some results from it.
How hard is that block out? I'm glad you could do it. I can't do it. How do you block that out?
You just got to be hard-headed. I mean, there's things that go in and, you just got to be able to flush it and just kind of understand where it's coming from. And, I think for me, it's like knowing what's important, the voice that I'm hearing it from. If it's my family member says this or that, teammates, then I feel like that's important. Outside noise it's all good. It's negative, positive. It's all just the outside noise of it.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about the Kansas City Royals, because this is a pitching staff that is awfully good in Cole Reagans today.
Yeah, they're very good. We got a tough lefty on the mound for them today. He throws hard and has some good stuff. So just we're going to have to kind of have some good at-bats, trust everybody, and, just kind of see if we can put the pressure on him and make him make some big time pitches.
Okay, when you look at some of your teammates, and Jazz Chisholm is one of them, and he was talking about you, and he said, well, he's played in big cities before. He's played in Boston, he's played in L.A., and I don't mean the Angels, meaning the Dodgers. And when you have players like that come in and give that kind of energy, what's it like to have Chisholm on this team?
Yeah, it's awesome, man. He's comes here every day to play, and he brings that energy, has a swag about him, and he takes it on the field with him, and I think the guys really like him, man. He's a really fun player to watch, and just a great guy. When you're playing out there in left field with Carlos Rodon on the mound, what do you look for from him? I'm just looking for him to be attacking the zone, stay ahead, and just being aggressive, right, and keeping guys off balance, and really trusting our defense. To get some early outs and maybe feed on some aggressiveness over there on their end, and just let the defense work and kind of have his back. Finally, thinking about defense, did you think you're going to make that catch the other day? I was hoping so, yeah. I felt like I made it a little bit more dicey than it should have been, but we were thankful that it took a good bounce off my hand. Well, it's the playoffs. You have a right to be dramatic. Thank you, as always, Alex. Good luck tonight. Of course, thank you. The leadoff spot was also brought to you by Orlin & Cohen Orthopedic Group. Experiencing orthopedic pain? We've got specialists for that. We'll have more of the Nissan Yankees pregame show after this on WFAN Yankees Radio.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection, one that helps better their everyday through the things they value most: friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Postseason baseball is here, and it is the absolute best time of the year. I'm Rob Bradford of Baseball Isn't Boring, and we're going to have you covered every step of the way with instant reactions from players and coaches and managers and fans and reporters and everybody else who is immersed in this awesomeness and all the craziness that comes with October baseball. So follow Baseball Isn't Boring in the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Whether you're on the water, hitting the trails, or soaking up the sun, Shade and Precision Eyewear provides superior protection and clarity. Since life's too short to compromise on quality, visit SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and use code PLAY20 to get 20% off your purchase.
Near you. As the weather cools, make sure you have the one battery to keep you moving. Make sure you have an Interstate battery. Under the hood, Interstate Battery distributors of Hudson Valley, Meadowlands, Fairfield, and Connecticut provide the longest lasting car battery you'll ever need. Interstate Batteries offers more than cars. They provide batteries for marine and motorcycles. For a dealer near you, go to interstatebatteries.com. Interstate Batteries. Every battery for every need. The official starting battery of Yankees Radio.
Cheers to a great day and this ice-cold Corona.
You know what would make this day even better? My grandma's carne asada.
Throw in some music.
We can watch the game. Or we could keep it simple.
Corona, la vida más fina. Get your Corona at ordercorona.com. Relax responsibly. Corona Extra Beer, imported by Crown Import, Chicago, Illinois.
Hey, Yankees fans, don't miss a single second of all the action. Order stadium favorites and drinks right from your seat in Yankee Stadium with Uber Eats. Plus, get a $5 off a stadium order of $10 or more when you use code WFAN. Just open the Uber Eats app, select Yankee Stadium as your location, place your order, and we'll let you know when it's time to pick up. Don't forget to save by using promo code WFAN for your next stadium order. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer expires 11/30/2024.
Have you looked in right field at Yankee Stadium? DKNY is ready to receive all of the Yankees home runs. Check out DKNY.com to enhance your New York City style.
And now it's time for Today in Yankees History, brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. On this date in 1950, the Yankees beat the Phillies 5-2 at Yankee Stadium to sweep the World Series. They won their second consecutive World Championship and 13th overall. In 1952, in Game 7 of the World Series, the Yanks beat the Dodgers 4-2 in Brooklyn for their fourth consecutive World Championship and 15th overall. And in 1999, 25 years ago today, Andy Pettitte, who's here, by the way, tonight, gave up just 1 run in 7 1/3 innings. The Yankees beat the Rangers 3-1 at the stadium to take a 2-0 lead in the ALDS. The Yanks would sweep the 3-game series en route to their 25th World Championship. And on this date in 2020, Giancarlo Stanton became the first player in Yankees history to homer in 5 consecutive postseason games. Today in Yankees history, also brought to you by Ridgewood Savings Bank, multiplying the good for over 100 years. Coming up next, it's New York Yankees baseball.
That was the Nissan Yankees pregame show. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. Also brought to you by The Barnes Firm. Injury attorneys. Call 1-800-8-MILLION. ELEC 825. Building our future. RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together. Fearless and Pavilion. America's best built boilers and tankless water heaters. Nielsen Dodge. Visit NielsenDodge.com and save today the Nielsen way. The Archdiocese of New York. Orland & Cohen Orthopedic Group. We've got specialists for that. Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. Route 22 Toyota. Come experience the smart way to buy a Toyota. Casamigos Tequila. Brought to you by those who drink it. And by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Yankees baseball is next on WFAN Yankees Radio.
Got a shopping list a mile long but need to charge your EV? No problem. Now you can fill up your cart and your battery at the same time. With a convenient network of Shell recharge stations at some of your favorite shopping spots, you can get everything done in one trip. Shop for groceries, clothes, and more while your EV charges up. And never miss a beat. Shell Recharge. Download the Shell app today to find the nearest Shell Recharge location. For more information on locations and how Shell measures reliability, visit shell.us/Shell Recharge.
Are you searching for a warm and welcoming community for mom or dad? River Spring Living Senior Housing may just be the option you're looking for. Set on a 32-acre campus right along the Hudson River with breathtaking views of the New York City skyline, there are plenty of chances to engage in activities, wellness programs, and so much more. Explore which community is best for your loved one. From independent living to assisted living and memory care, specialized teams are dedicated to making everyone feel right at home. Visit riverspringliving.org and schedule a tour today. At Hand and Stone Massage and Facial Spa, they believe in the power of self-care, and that's why they're offering an introductory massage or facial starting at just $79.95. Take time to relax, refresh, and recharge after the game with over 80 convenient locations across New Jersey, New York, and Connecticut. Finding your moment of peace is easy. Book online today at handandstone.com or in Spa. Restrictions apply. See Spa for details.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection, one that helps better their everyday through the things they value most: friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Today. Hi, this is Gleyber Torres, and you are listening to Yankees Baseball on the Fan.
It's Yankees baseball on the Fan.
Drilled to deep left center field. On the run is Judge. Judge makes a great catch. He made a one-handed running catch just before he hit the wall. Swung on, hit in the air to right. Back goes Pham on the track. He's at the wall. She's gone. It's Gleyber Day. Line to left field. There's a base hit. Chisholm grounding third. Coming home. Here comes the throw. It is not in time. And on to second goes Verdugo. Hit on the ground to first. Cabrera goes to the bag in time. Ball game over. Yankees win. The Yankees win.
Yankees baseball is presented by Jeep, offering innovative technology and luxury inside and out. The Jeep 4xe lineup is primed and ready to be this season's heaviest hitters. And also brought to you by Provident Bank, commitment you can count on. Spectrum, a connection built for everywhere. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum. Black Bear Meats and Cheeses, available exclusively at your local ShopRite. Total Orthopedics, the experts at getting back to being you. Travel Guard and the Travel Guard Travel Insurance Plan. RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together. Citgo. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. Morningside Nursing and Rehabilitation Center. Jackpocket, America's #1 lottery app. Your local tri-state area Audi dealer. Buy 877 Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today. By Optimum, where local is big time. Corona, the official cerveza of Major League Baseball. And by Ramsey Volvo. Finding the Volvo you want is easy at Volvo Cars Ramsey.
And a very good evening, everybody, and welcome to Game 2 of the American League Division Series. It is the Kansas City Royals against the New York Yankees, and tonight's starting lineup sponsored by Sun Cruiser Hard Iced Tea, made with real iced tea and real vodka. It's refreshingly smooth and easy to drink. Crack one open and let the good times roll. For Matt Contreras, Kansas City Royals, Miguel Garcia is the third baseman leading off. The number 2 hitter is the shortstop, Bobby Witt Jr. Vinny Pasquantino, the DH, batting third. The catcher and cleanup hitter is Salvador Perez. Yuli Gurriel at first base batting fifth. Michael Massey is the second baseman batting sixth. Tommy Pham in left tonight batting seventh. Hunter Renfroe back in right field batting eighth. And Garrett Hampson is the center fielder, and he is batting ninth. For the New York Yankees, Gleyber Torres leads off in playing second base. Juan Soto in right. He is the number 2 hitter. The number 3 hitter is the center fielder, the captain, Aaron Judge. Austin Wells behind the plate, batting cleanup. Giancarlo Stanton is the DH, batting fifth. Jazz Chisholm Jr. at third. He is the number 6 hitter. Batting seventh and playing shortstop is Anthony Volpe. Alex Verdugo is in left field, batting eighth. And John Birdie, his first start tonight, first game he's ever played at first base.
You're listening to WFAN New York, an Odyssey station. We're currently airing a Yankees baseball game. Due to league restrictions, you are not in an area where the game is available. We will return to regular programming once the game has concluded. You're listening to WFAN New York, an Odyssey station. We're currently airing a Yankees baseball game. Due to league restrictions, you are not in an area where the game is available. We will return to regular programming once the game has concluded. You're listening to WFAN New York, an Odyssey station. We're currently airing a Yankees baseball game. Due to league restrictions, you are not in an area where the game is available. We will return to regular programming once the game has concluded. You're listening to WFAN New York, an Odyssey station. We're currently airing a Yankees baseball game. Due to league restrictions, you are not in an area where the game is available. We will return to regular programming once the game has concluded. You're listening to WFAN New York, an Odyssey station. We're currently airing a Yankees baseball game. Due to league restrictions, you are not in an area where the game is available. We will return to regular programming once the game has concluded. You're listening to WFAN New York, an Odyssey station. We're currently airing a Yankees baseball game. Due to league restrictions, you are not in an area where the game is available. We will return to regular programming once the game has concluded. You're listening to WFAN New York, an Odyssey station. We're currently airing a Yankees baseball game. Due to league restrictions, you are not in an area where the game is available. We will return to regular programming once the game has concluded. You're listening to WFAN New York, an Odyssey station. We're currently airing a Yankees baseball game. Due to league restrictions, you are not in an area where the game is available. We will return to regular programming once the game has concluded. You're listening to WFAN New York, an Odyssey station. We're currently airing a Yankees baseball game. Due to league restrictions, you are not in an area where the game is available. We will return to regular programming once the game has concluded. You're listening to WFAN New York, an Odyssey station. We're currently airing a Yankees baseball game. Due to league restrictions, you are not in an area where the game is available. We will return to regular programming once the game has concluded. You're listening to WFAN New York, an Odyssey station. We're currently airing a Yankees baseball game. Due to league restrictions, you are not in an area where the game is available. We will return to regular programming once the game has concluded. You're listening to WFAN New York, an Odyssey station. We're currently airing a Yankees baseball game. Due to league restrictions, you are not in an area where the game is available. We will return to regular programming once the game has concluded. You're listening to WFAN New York, an Odyssey station. We're currently airing a Yankees baseball game. Due to league restrictions, you are not in an area where the game is available. We will return to regular programming once the game has concluded. You're listening to WFAN New York, an Odyssey station. We're currently airing a Yankees baseball game. Due to league restrictions, you are not in an area where the game is available. We will return to regular programming once the game has concluded. You're listening to WFAN New York, an Odyssey station. We're currently airing a Yankees baseball game. Due to league restrictions, you are not in an area where the game is available. We will return to regular programming once the game has concluded. You're listening to WFAN New York, an Odyssey station. We're currently airing a Yankees baseball game. Due to league restrictions, you are not in an area where the game is available. We will return to regular programming once the game has concluded. You're listening to WFAN New York, an Odyssey station. We're currently airing a Yankees baseball game. Due to league restrictions, you are not in an area where the game is available. We will return to regular programming once the game has concluded. You're listening to WFAN New York, an Odyssey station. We're currently airing a Yankees baseball game. Due to league restrictions, you are not in an area where the game is available. We will return to regular programming once the game has concluded. You're listening to WFAN New York, an Odyssey station. We're currently airing a Yankees baseball game. Due to league restrictions, you are not in an area where the game is available. We will return to regular programming once the game has concluded. You're listening to WFAN New York, an Odyssey station. We're currently airing a Yankees baseball game. Due to league restrictions, you are not in an area where the game is available. We will return to regular programming once the game has concluded. You're listening to WFAN New York, an Odyssey station. We're currently airing a Yankees baseball game. Due to league restrictions, you are not in an area where the game is available. We will return to regular programming once the game has concluded. You're listening to WFAN New York, an Odyssey station. We're currently airing a Yankees baseball game. Due to league restrictions, you are not in an area where the game is available. We will return to regular programming once the game has concluded. You're listening to WFAN New York, an Odyssey station. We're currently airing a Yankees baseball game. Due to league restrictions, you are not in an area where the game is available. We will return to regular programming once the game has concluded. You're listening to WFAN New York, an Odyssey station. We're currently airing a Yankees baseball game. Due to league restrictions, you are not in an area where the game is available. We will return to regular programming once the game has concluded. You're listening to WFAN New York, an Odyssey station. We're currently airing a Yankees baseball game. Due to league restrictions, you are not in an area where the game is available. We will return to regular programming once the game has concluded. You're listening to WFAN New York, an Odyssey station. We're currently airing a Yankees baseball game. Due to league restrictions, you are not in an area where the game is available. We will return to regular programming once the game has concluded. You're listening to WFAN New York, an Odyssey station. We're currently airing a Yankees baseball game. Due to league restrictions, you are not in an area where the game is available. We will return to regular programming once the game has concluded. You're listening to WFAN New York, an Odyssey station. We're
It's as Rodon deals 0-1, pitches a strike. It's a very majestic building. I mean, there are 5 tiers. They actually were perfect in building a new Yankee Stadium. And it looks good, or great when it's jammed, the 0-2. Strike 3. Garcia was 2 for 10 in the playoffs before the strikeout, 1 away, and here's Bobby Witt.
And a good sign in the first strikeout of the game presented by Vessi. Strikeout wet socks with Vessi's 100% waterproof shoes. Designed in every style. Visit VESSI.com/baseball and find your pair.
Well, here's the great Bobby Witt, and he takes a strike. Rodon, as you know, has great stuff. Fastball, slider. But what Susan talked about before really has helped him this year. Here's the 0-1. There's another strike. Fastball. He just can't throw everything at the same speed. So the fact that he throws a change and a curve, well, that's a different speed. And it's really helped him. Here's the 0-2 to Bobby Witt Jr. Foul back. Witt is in the playoffs 3 for 14. No homers and 2 RBIs. I'll do this with the Yankees, too, what they're doing in the playoffs, but they only played 1 game. The pitch is low. There's a slider, and the count 1-2.
And we got a little pitch problem already. I can't hear. We just saw him say, I can't hear. Well, that's also because the crowd is so loud. You know, it's interesting, John, it's packed already. No 3rd inning for this. You know, usually it takes a long time. This place is packed at first pitch.
And it looks fabulous. Now here's the 1-2. Hey, struck him out swinging. That was 98.
Think he's a little amped up?
Yes.
My goodness. My goodness.
Well, two-way, here's one of the 2 lefty hitters in the lineup. Vinny Pasquantino. He is 2 for 12 in the playoffs, no homers and an RBI. And the pitch foul back. By the way, if you haven't heard, just wait till Susan's first scoreboard next inning. And And boy, does she have news.
Oh, boy, was that something. That was something.
Now, here's the 0-1, and the lefty hitter takes outside 1-1.
That's that slider. And what John was referring to, when Rodon walked in the door here, fastball slider, that's what he threw his whole career. And is a little stubborn on adding the new pitches, but what a difference.
1-1, cut on a miss. And there's a breaking ball down and away. And the count 1-2. So Rodon, one strike away from striking out the side.
Everyone standing, everyone applauding.
1-2, struck him out swinging. Slider, down and away. Well, a wonderful first inning for Mr. Rodon. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. Yankees are coming to bat in the bottom of the first on WFAN Yankees Radio. Electrified by the Jeep 4x.
Any slow zipper knows you'll enjoy your drink from McDonald's longer than anyone else.
Now get any size soft drink or Southern style sweet tea for just $1. Only in the McDonald's app. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Holds the new single-season title for home runs by an Orioles shortstop. Move over Cal and move over Miguel Tejada. It's now Gunnar Henderson's world. Down the line. Hit well. And out of here. And now we want to find out if that went into the water.
Because if it did, there's never been a right-handed hitter that has done it since this ballpark opened its doors in 2000. And they're telling us in the truck that he indeed did have a splash hit. And that is the first one ever by a right-handed hitter.
Rojas on the ground at third. Machado touches third, fires to second. Out at first. Oh, my goodness. It's a triple play. It ends the ball game. The San Diego Padres have clinched their spot in the postseason after a magical 2024 campaign. What a way to wrap it up, and they will celebrate in LA tonight. 2 games back in the division. That's not over yet. 1 out away for Dylan Cease. Abrams to right field. Johnson coming in. He makes the catch. No hits for the Nats. Dylan Cease throws a no-hitter. The second no-hitter in Padres history. There'll be a sea of San Diegans celebrating back home today.
Dylan Cease has no-hit the Washington Nationals on a rainy Thursday in D.C.
Party of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts or descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. If you are injured, one call to make. The Barnes Firm Injury Attorneys, 1-800-8-million.
Now we're set to go. Bottom of the first. The lefty deals, and Torres cuts and misses for strike 1. Cole Reagans was 11-9 and an ERA of 3.74 in the regular season. And deals 0-1, and the pitch is high. Since you may not know him, I'll give you his numbers, what he did this year. Torres in the opener was 1 for 3, a mighty 3-run home run. Here is the 1-1. Strike outside corner. Reagan's 32 starts. You know, that's true also of Rodon. Mm-hmm. And if you multiply 5 times 32, it'll be 160. They didn't miss a start. Either one. The 1-2, breaking the ball low. 186 innings, 146 hits. So 40 less hits than innings pitched. Wow, that's awfully good. Yeah. 67 walks, about 3 1/4 per 9. 223 strikeouts, about 3.5 to 1 ratio pitch is high. And the count 3-2. And he gave up 15 home runs, which is just 1 every 5+ innings or so. So Reagan's had an outstanding year.
And during the game in Baltimore, he didn't walk anybody. So this 3-2 count is unlike him.
And here is the payoff. Up high, ball 4. So Torres gets a walk.
He was asked, Reagans was asked in the press conference yesterday about pitching here at Yankee Stadium. He said he tries to think that, he'll be a little nervous at first, and you get out there and you realize it's the same game. First walk of the game brought to you by Route 22 Toyota. Why walk when you could be driving a new Toyota? Route22Toyota.com.
Here's Juan Soto. And the pitch is high, 1-0. Soto in the first game was 3 for 5. And it'll be a 1-0 to the left-hand hitter with Glaber at first base. No one out, no score, bottom of the first. And the pitch cut on and miss. Reagan's dropped down a little, comes sidearm. Yanks have a lot of lefty hitters in the lineup. Their lineup hasn't changed. They have 4 lefty hitters in the lineup against a left-hander, which is, mildly unusual. And the 1-1 is outside. Of course, it depends on the makeup of your team, so it tells you the Yankees don't have a perfect makeup.
Well, it does. Well, one of the things, Soto hits anybody. Aaron Boone had told me that Reagan's actually is tougher on righties if you look at the splits, but he's tough on everybody.
The 2-1 outside, I could have figured that. Looking at splits, I could have figured that. But they don't. The Yankees don't really have the right-hand people off the bench. So anyway, 3-1 on Soto. With Judge on deck, it's a very good pitch for Soto to look at and maybe swing at. You figure he doesn't want to walk another guy and have Judge come up with 2 on. Now Torres off first. And the 3-1 is strike on the inside corner, 3-2.
Yeah, he throws 5 or 6 different pitches. He's got the fastball, and the knuckle curve is great. A great changeup. Also threw that putter that John was just talking about. Came a little sidearm with it.
All right, here's the payoff pitch to Soto. And the pitch is outside, ball 4. He walked 2 in a row. One thing I would say, though, you could understand Reagan's is a little pumped up. Look at this place. And Kansas City doesn't want to go down 0-2. They need this game.
Right, and this is really his first full year. And this is like the old stadium. This is as loud as I've ever heard this place.
Well, here is Judge. 2 on, no one out pitch. Is low, 1-0. And as center fielder, Aaron Judge steps up to the plate. Centers Healthcare would like to remind you they're not just care. They're care that moves you. CentersHealthcare.com, the 1-0. God, I missed 1-1.
There's that cutter.
Judge was 0 for 4 in the opener. He's got Torres at second, Soto at first, and no one out. The 1-1. God, I missed 1-2.
Same pitch from that same cutter.
The center fielder, Hampson, actually plays Judge.
Way over.
Hit the opposite way, a few steps over in right center. Now here's the 1-2 from the left-hander. Struck him out swinging fastball away. So there's 1 away. And here is a left-hand hitter, the catcher, Austin Wells.
John, I was watching MLB this morning, and Harold Reynolds had a box of every place that Judge saw a pitch. There was 1 pitch that was actually a strike all of the first night.
So the pitch to Wells is high outside, so he's kind of opening himself up to other pitches, huh? That may be why he's struggling a little bit. He'll get one, and he'll hit it to the moon. You wait and see. Here's the 1-0 to Wells, and he takes his pitch a strike breaking ball. Wells the other night was 1 for 3 and had 2 RBIs. So 1-1 on Wells. Torres off second, Soto off first with 1 out here on the bottom of the first. And the lefty deals. It's hit high in the air, foul down the left field line and into the seats. Well, Austin Wells is today's cleanup hitter, brought to you by Citgo. Citgo top-tier tri-clean gasoline. Gets you where you're going. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. And now Wells steps out. Wells still has stepped out. Now he's stepping back in. 1-2, lefty to lefty. From Reagans to Wells. Pitch. Breaking ball. Just missed outside. And the count 2-2. Hampson with Wells up moves a step or so toward left center. Wells will go to left field. Now here's the 2-2. That dribbled foul at home plate.
There's that knuckle curve. He's got a really good one.
Runners lead off first and second with one out. The 2-2, breaking ball strike through. Beautiful breaking ball. That one he started at the batter. He gives up on it and breaks over the plate. That was a really pretty curve.
And this is, the Yankees have first and second, couple of walks, nobody out, strikes out Judge, strikes out Wells. That curve was right over the middle, as John said.
Well, remember the other night, they had second and third, no one out in the first and didn't score. Here's Stanton. And the fastball's high and tight, 1-0. Stanton was 0 for 4 the other night. Now the 1-0. Broken back ground ball towards second. Massey flips to first, and that will end the inning. So the Yankees did nothing with 2 leadoff walks with which to begin. Give credit to Reagans. So Stanton grounds out 4-3. No runs, no hits, 2 left at the end of 1 no score. On WFAN Yankees Radio, electrified. The second inning, and Salvador Perez leads off. Salvi was 3 for 12 so far in the playoffs. One thing I do want to add, as Rodon deals, and the pitch is popped up to short. Volpe gives away to Chisholm, and Jazz makes the catch. One away. Salvi against Rodon. was 12 for 26. Well, 2 at-bats worse than 500 with 3 home runs, but he popped them up.
I bet a lot of that. Don't forget, Rodon was a White Sox, so they played the Kansas City Royals a lot.
Sure.
I'm trying to think when that would have been. Yeah.
Now here's Gurriel, a right-hand hitter, and the pitch there is a strike.
Playoff scoreboard brought to you by Food Bazaar Supermarket. Shop local, eat global with Food Bazaar Supermarket, foodbazaar.com in Cleveland.
There's the 0-1. Breaking ball strike, 0-2.
Emmanuel Clase, who'd given up 5 runs in 6 months, gave up a 3-run homer to Kerry Carpenter in the top of the 9th inning, and Detroit shuts out Cleveland 3-0. They have tied the series.
0-2, a ground ball to first. Bertie will step on the bag, 2 away.
And there were 2 outs in the top of that 9th inning when Carpenter hit that.
His ERA was 0.60, which is, I guess, why we love sports. You never know what's going to happen.
No, you don't.
And that's a great example. That's a 0-0 game, and Kerry Carpenter hits a 3-run home run.
Will Vest gets the win. Emmanuel Clase takes the loss, and Bo Britsky gets a second save. The game was played in 2 hours and 42 minutes.
Gurriel was 2 for 9 in the playoffs. Here is left-hand hitting Michael Massey. The pitch is swung on and ripped to right field. It is a base hit. Judge feels on a hop. He almost got too close to the ball and fires in. If you're wondering, Daniel Massey, he's Raymond Massey's son. Who was Raymond Massey? He was a great actor years ago.
Well, Daniel Massey was a big musical star on Broadway. He was starred in She Loves Me and a million things. But
that's why I said Daniel Massey.
That's why I started laughing. Raymond Massey played Lincoln, among other things. What was the show he had? He had a show on television, too.
The pitch is there. There's a strike at the knees. Tommy Pham is a hitter, right-hand hitter, 1 for 7 in the playoffs.
In the National League, both tomorrow, this series with Philly and the Mets is unbelievable. There will be at Citi Field, it'll be Sean Manaea against Aaron Nola.
That was a strike on the inside corner, 0-2. You know, sometimes you'll see Rodon have a little control troubles. Why not tonight? He is zinging in strikes. Massey leads off first. It'll be an 0-2. Massey goes, pitch cut on him. Strikeout number 4 for Rodon. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. At the end of an inning and a half, no score. On WFAN Yankees Radio. Electrified by the Jeep 4xe lineup.
Taste the old world style flavor.
Charlie heads out, began his Rockies career in center field, gonna end it the same way. Charlie with a base hit, gotta love it.
Make sure you get that baseball too.
Good for Charlie. Base hit in his final at bat. I'm sure that played into Buddy's decision.
Charlie Blackmon's career as a Rocky has come to an end. And here is the standing ovation yet again. Is pounded deep out to left. The walk-off slam for Wyatt Langford.
Steps up here in the bottom of the ninth with the bases loaded and just unleashes on Clay Holmes with a game-winning walk-off grand slam home run.
A wild adventure this one was tonight.
Lawrence Butler time. He gets a hold of one early, and this ball's gonna fly on out. The growth he's seen over Butler. This one hit hard towards center field, and right on cue, Lawrence Butler adds another. Including his last save opportunity. That ball is belted. Lawrence Butler does it again.
Oh my God.
All tied up in the Queen City.
Play flagged down by Hoskins, leads over to Payam, save. We're tied up at 4.
Vientos laces one the other way. It's a 2-run single for Vientos, and the Mets have a 6-4 lead. Grounds one through the right side. That's a base hit. JD Martinez off the bench knocks in 2, and the Mets have opened up an 8-4 lead.
Verdugo, lefty, righty, lefty, against the left-hander Cole Reagans. Now Chisholm digs in, and here is Reagan's first pitch. And it's low, 1-0.
Hey, Yankee fans, need a pick-me-up that's as strong as the Yankees bullpen? Dunkin's got your back with drinks that'll have you running the bases in no time. Slide into Dunkin' and get energized for the game. New York Yankees run on Dunkin'.
Now here's the 1-0 to Chisholm. God on him, his high fastball. 96, 1-1. Chisholm was 1 for 4 in the first game. Here's the 1-1. Swung on a high pop and back of the plate. Back comes Perez to the screen, but it's over the screen. As Jazz Chisholm Jr. steps in the batter's box to take his swings, Jazz at Lincoln Center invites you to celebrate their 20th anniversary by visiting Frederick P. Rose Hall, the House of Swing, at Columbus Circle. Visit jazz.org to discover Jazz at Lincoln Center. And our Jazz goes over to get put a little rosin or tar on the bat.
A little rosin he's got.
Now we're set to go. 1-2 to Chisholm with no one on and no one out. Bottom of the second inning, no score pitch. Struck came out swinging, breaking ball, 1 away. Reagans has posted 3 strikeouts.
It was a good trade for both teams. Reagans was a Texas Ranger, and Kansas City traded Aroldis Chapman to them, and they got a World Series out of that. He's now in Pittsburgh, but they got Cole Reagans at 26 years old.
Now here's Volpe. He takes inside 1-0.
I guess it works out if you win a World Series, and Chapman really helped them win last year, Texas. Important.
It certainly is worth it if you win the title. Pitch high, 2-0. I love Theo Epstein when the Yankees were about to make that trade, sending Aroldis there. They felt they could win the World Series, which they did. Here's 2-0. Cut on a miss. And Theo said, in effect, if not now, when?
Exactly.
So he made the deal, and they won the World Series. Volpe 0 for 3 in the first game. Here's the 2-1 from Reagans. It's fouled back to the screen, 2-2.
And of course, coming back the other way was Gleyber Torres.
Here's the 2-2 coming to Volpe, and it's outside 3-2. One thing about any sport, when you draft, you can read all the things about the quarterbacks who don't make it or the quarterbacks who do. Getting Chapman got him a title, so it was worth it, right? Now here comes the payoff to Volpe. Fouled up. You know what I thought of those, Susan? The Yankees made a deal for Clint Frazier. He was with Cleveland. There were 2 outfielders. I can see the other guy, 6'4" and an athlete. But neither. Anyway, the point I'm making is neither of them made it.
Neither were. He played center field. He reminded me of Grady Sizemore. Zimmer. Bradley Zimmer. Right.
The 3-2 foul back.
And actually, the Yankees had a choice of which one they wanted. They were pretty much the same players, struck out a lot, both of them, and neither one of them, Bradley Zimmer got hurt a lot, but neither one of them were so you can't tell about.
No, they didn't come
prospects.
close. Once again, here's the 3-2 to Volpe. And he hits a base hit to left field. A hot shot in the shortstop hole. So we'll see if Volpe, who stole 28 out of 35, we'll see if he does any running. And here is Alex Verdugo.
First pitch at the bottom of the second was an 85-mile-an-hour slider, brought to you by Optimum, with the fastest fiber internet in the tri-state and speeds up to 8 gig. Optimum, where local is big time.
Verdugo 2 for 3 with an RBI, the RBI that won the game on a clean base hit. 1 on, 1 out, breaking ball, strike 0-1.
That knuckle curve is awfully good. It hasn't missed yet.
Strike on the outside corner at the knees. Fastball. The count 0-2. John Birdie, a right-handed, on deck.
That's a very deceptive with where he lets the ball go hard for lefties.
0-2. Fastball wasted high outside 1-2. Now the lefties 1-2. Is high 2-2. Imagine how excited John Birdie is. I mean, he was injured most of the year. Yes, he came back. Now he's starting in the playoffs.
His first game at first base is in a playoff game. Okay.
Do you remember the year? I think it was 68 was the year. A long time ago, I know. The 2-2. Lined hard. It's a foul ball. Just missed a double down the right field line. And anyway, and someone was hurt and came back, and the Tigers are going to the World Series, and they wanted to make sure that K-Line was playing, and so they took Mickey Stanley and played him at short.
Oh my goodness.
The only time he ever played short, and they won the World Series.
Yes, they did.
That's when Mickey Lolich came back and pitched 9 innings on 2 days rest. Not anymore. Pitch. Swung on and hit in the air to center field. Hampson back, fairly deep center to make the catch. And there are 2.
Just got under that a little bit. And Mickey Stanley probably was the guy who said, it's fine. I can go out there.
A terrific athlete.
I'm a ball player.
Well, that's something.
Yeah, shortstop's not first base. It's a little different.
Well, here is Birdie. He's a right-hand hitter. He puts the bat on the ball. He hit 273 in the regular season, very few at bats. He was hurt all the time.
He's hurt all the time. Yeah.
And the pitch is a breaking ball low. And what Birdie does when he plays, it gives you another base runner. In other words, he's a good offensive player. He might plunk a single in. Right field is really shortened up. He's a right field hitter. And but he gets on base, he becomes a very good player.
Well, you could if they could do it with Birdie and Volpe on base at the same time. You can do some real running there.
Here's the 1-0 to John. And Reagans goes to first. Little calling card.
And Birdie had a calf injury. Those are really tricky. He tried to come back a couple of times. He'd start rehab, doesn't, would act up again. Very frustrating for him. He's a very solid player.
Now here's the 1-0. There goes Volpe. Throw to second base is not in time. So Volpe sweeps second, and now the Yanks have a runner in scoring position.
And that was a good start, because that was a terrific throw by Salvi, but by the time he got the ball, Volpe was pretty much there.
Volpe was 28 out of 35 in the regular season, so he's in scoring position. It's 1-1 on Bertie.
Don't forget, he loves to steal third base. He's very good at that.
Now here's the 1-1. A breaking ball low, and the count 2-1. And with that in mind, Susan, Michael Garcia is playing, well, as a right-hand hitter up. He's playing deep at third, fairly deep. Now the 2-1 is inside 3-1. One thing the Yankees are doing, they're taking a lot of pitches, and they're running up the old pitch count on Mr. Reagans. It'll be a 3-1 to Bertie. with Volpe leading off second. 2 outs, no score. Bottom of the second pitch. Strike poured right through. 3-2.
Oh, they did that the first game also. Don't forget, Kansas City walked 8 Yankees. Oh, goodness. Okay.
Now here's the payoff. He struck him out swinging. In the inning for the Yanks. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. End of 2, we are scoreless on WFAN Yankees Radio. Electrified by the Jeep 4xe lineup.
When just one life is saved, it wins the game.
This time, it's 3-1 San Diego. Merrill, center field. Harris back. He can't get it. San Diego has opened it up here in the second. They lead it 5-1. And what a shot from Merrill.
Oh, that play flagged down by Hoskins. Leads over to Payam. Safe. We're tied up at 4. Vientos laces one the other way. It's a 2-run single for Vientos, and the Mets have a 6-4 lead. Grounds one through the right side. That's a base hit. JD Martinez off the bench knocks in 2, and the Mets have opened up an 8-4 lead.
So far at second, nobody out for Manny Machado.
Machado hits one to right center field. Back goes Rodriguez looking up. Manny Machado stands alone as the Padres all-time home run leader. Man, oh man, oh Manny, you are #1 in Padres history. 2-run shot, 429 feet, and history tonight in Seattle. The pitch, he struck him out, and the Kansas City Royals move on to the division series. And the Kansas City Royals, who lost 106 last year, the most ever by a team that made the playoffs the next year, not only make the playoffs, they march on. And the Baltimore Orioles have lost 10 straight postseason games in a row.
Third inning, we are scoreless. And here is the 8th hitter, right-hand hitting Hunter Renfroe to lead it off. Renfroe is a low-average home run hitter at home plate. As Rodon deals a strike. Rodon has some control tonight. Renfroe also is a right fielder, is a good outfielder with as good an arm as there is in the game. Goes to a lot of different teams, but the 0-1, pop foul, first base out of play.
Set on a beautiful 32-acre park-like campus along the Hudson River Spring Living offers older adults a full range of living options and stunning views of the New York City skyline. Come see for yourself what makes life at River Spring Living special. Visit riverspringliving.org to schedule a tour today.
The 0-2, outside, wasted 1 and 2. Renfroe, then the center fielder Hampson, and the top of the order Garcia here in the third. There's the 1-2. Low 2-2.
I always wonder why he's such a steady outfielder and such a, he contributes to a game in many ways, and every year, as John said, he's on a different team.
There's the 2-2. Struck him out swinging fastball. And Susan, he is a great outfielder.
Yeah.
Catches everything, and what an arm.
You know what, I guess that, when you sign free agents, there's that top tier, and then there's sort of the middle tier, right, and they don't get the big money. It's whoever has room and whoever has money left. And that's pretty much, but he's helped every team he's been in.
Yeah, he's a good player. Here is Hampson, a right-hand hitter, and he takes a strike. He's 1 for 1 in the playoffs with a couple of RBIs.
When we were in Colorado, he was there, right?
Yes, second baseman for Colorado. Here is the 0-1. And the pitch high. The third inning brought to you by Spectrum. A connection built for everywhere. That's life unlimited. And that's Spectrum. 1-1. A pitch high, 2-1. Rodon has struck out 5 of the first 8 hitters. Now the 2-1. Cut on a miss. Threw it by him upstairs at 96. And around the stadium, people stand with 2 strikes. Good atmosphere. The 2-2 is pop foul, first base side out of play.
Face him. Renfroe run for 9 off of Rodon, but that one was a home run.
The 2-2 swung on line. There's a base hit to left center field. Judge cuts it off, and a very wide turn by Hampson, but he comes on back. So a 1-out single. Now to the top of the order. Here's right-hand hitting Michael Garcia.
He's on the breaking pitch, and he can really run. He was halfway to second before he realized he better get back.
Yeah, Hampson came off the bench and stole 7 out of 9. It's a team that runs. Garcia struck out his first time. Well, Rodon struck out the side in the first inning. Pitch banged up the middle off the glove of Rodon. Recovers, throws not in time. And their runners at first and second. Now we'll see if Rodon got hurt, and the ball was banged right off him. Aaron Boone is coming out to the mound. The Royals are first and second with 1 out.
And he's saying, go back. He just gave a he just gave a gesture. There was no misunderstanding what Rodon was saying to Aaron Boone. Get out of here.
So runners on first and second.
You know, what a pickup by John Birdie to get that, because that could have been into the dugout. The other half of that play was Birdie getting that ball.
Now here's Kansas City with a chance, because they have 2 runners on with 1 out, and they have by far their best player, one of the best in baseball, Bobby Witt Jr. He combines power and speed. The pitch is way inside, 1-0. Runners lead first and second with 1 out. Now here's the 1-0 to Witt. Cut out on this. The fastball up. That was at 98. But it also was in a little bit. It's a very tough pitch to hit. 98 in on your hands. Now here's the 1-1. And the breaking ball low, 2-1. We are coming to you live from the Provident Bank broadcast booth. Provident Bank. Commitment you can count on. Visit provident.bank and learn more.
Dave Poland between Volpe and Chisholm, between second and third.
There's the 2-1. It's chopped to Chisholm. Chisholm tags Hampson out. So Witt goes to first. It'll be a fielder's choice. And Hampson is out 5 unassisted. No, 2 outs, first and second. And here is the powerful left-hand hitter, Vinny Pasquantino. You know, I think, looking at it, Susan, I think that's actually a good play by Chisholm. Because if he tagged him, he's never going to throw and beat Witt out at first base.
I think it was a very careful play, very good. Bounce, he blocked it against his chest.
Vinny lays off a high fastball, 1-0. He struck out his first time.
Yeah, kind of interesting. This is the first time that these two clubs have met in postseason since 1980. You got the two, probably 1-2 in MVP, Witt and Aaron Judd. They'll probably be 1 and 2. And
1-0, pop foul, third base side out of play.
A little coincidence, in 1980, the MVP was George Brett. The runner-up was Reggie Jackson. So, and they haven't played in a long time. People don't know this history. This was a vicious rivalry.
Oh, boy, what a rivalry. Absolutely.
Al McRae coming in on Willie with his spikes up. Oh, goodness.
Now, here's the 1-1. And Rodon bluffs towards second. In the deciding game of Yankees-Royals in 76, Chambliss home run. I was in the Yankee booth for the whole game. I heard a lot of stuff. Here's the 1-1. Runners go. Pitch is ripped to right field, but right at Soto. But the Yankees got a break. The runners were going. They would have stolen the bases. And he hit the ball, did Vinny, right on the nose. But right at Soto. No runs. 2 hits. And 2 left. Now, at the end of 2.5 innings of play, we're scoreless on WFAN Yankees Radio, electrified by the...
Pirates, no runs, no hits, 1 error. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Oh, Shota, 7 no-hit innings. Nate Pearson, the new pitcher on the mound. There's a bouncer to short, fielded by Swanson. He'll throw to first to get him. 8 no-hit innings. Porter Hodge on the mound. Down to their last chance. Grounder to short. Dansby to first. There it is. A combined no-hitter for the Chicago Cubs.
Fly ball, a pop-up really, down the right field line in foul territory. Oh, what an effort by Jimenez as he goes flying into the netting. Jimenez caught that ball and got it back into the infield.
Unbelievable. No fear whatsoever, and they have called for the trainer to come down there. He is still into the seating area.
Will set the stage for Xavier Edwards. Selfishly looking for a single to complete the cycle. Towards short, Adames has it, gets rid of it quick, and he's safe! It's a single, and it's a cycle!
The second ever cycle in Marlins franchise history belongs to Xavier Edwards. It took 30 years, a rise, and now Edwards.
Field, and Gunnar Henderson has gone yard again to start the game. And with that, Gunnar Henderson holds the new single-season title for home runs by an Orioles shortstop. Move over Cal and move over Miguel Tejada. It's now Gunnar Henderson's world.
And the Yankees send up the top of the order. Here's Gleyber Torres, who walked his first time. Cuts and misses. Strike 1. We are scoreless. KC has 3 hits. Yankees have 1.
Well, here's something, though, that you can follow.
0-1 outside.
He's about to throw his 50th pitch, which is, this is the kind of at-bats that Aaron Boone always talks about, grind it out, get him out of the game. It's going to be...
Well, absolutely. It'll be a 1-1. And the pitch fouled back. In fact, on that note, he's thrown 50 pitches, actually 51. I looked up before that pitch. And And this is the third inning. Obviously, it's the first batter he's faced.
Yep.
So if you want a guy to throw more than 20 pitches an inning, he's going to do it. Here is the 1-2. Outside 2-2. There is, he'll be over 60 unless the Yankees make out on the first pitch.
Right. And as we saw with Zach Wheeler, pitch counts are very important in this game these days.
Here's the 2-2. Outside 3-2. Doing a change.
Storage Post is your home for local self-storage solutions, climate-controlled units, top-notch security, and the official self-storage partner of the New York Yankees.
Here comes the payoff. Up high, he walks again. That's something. From a guy who doesn't walk people.
Well, and Glaber has been so good at this since he's been back in the leadoff spot. Don't forget, Glaber started off the year as the leadoff hitter, and then DJ took over, and things didn't. And Volpe was up there for a while, but Glaber in the last few months has been back to who Glaber is.
Yeah, he's hit over 300 in the last couple of months. He's at first base. Here is Soto. There's a strike. Forward right across.
I have a theory, and I want to ask you about my theory about all these guys that come in and they don't walk people, and then the Yankees walk against them. This is what I'm thinking.
There's the 0-1. Outside. Yes.
This is as disciplined a team as there is, and they don't swing at borderline pitches. They just make you throw them, and I wonder if a lot of teams help the pitcher by swinging at pitches that maybe are not strikes, just a little bit.
Here's the 1-1 to Soto. And that pitch fouled back. I think it also helps that you have Soto and Judge on the team. They're on base all the time, which is what you want from a team. Soto during the year, now I'm getting close on these numbers. This isn't, I don't have anything written down for a change. I'll get to it right after this. 1-2 to Soto. Breaking ball low.
See, I think a lot of people swing at that pitch.
I think it's so important, the oldest cliche there could be, to swing at strikes. And here's the 2-2. He struck him out swinging. And there's one away. That's strikeout number 5 for Reagan. The third inning brought to you by Spectrum. A connection built for everywhere. That's life. Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
And Judge, what we've seen, they're not throwing him strikes, which is, because he doesn't have Judge protecting him.
Pitch is low. On the board, they have a million notes. The Yankees postseason home run leaders. Well, Bernie leads, and he has a phenomenal amount of RBIs. But you know who's second? It would surprise you. It shows you how great a player he was. Pitch, pop foul by Jeter is second. Now, don't forget, in the old days, Yogi, Mickey, the Babe, Joe D, and all, they only played the World Series.
They went, Mickey's third with 18, but Mickey, they went right from, that was it. So how could he possibly have as many as Jeter and Williams?
1-1 foul back, but the fact that Jeter had 20 home runs, a non-home run hitter, so he hit them when they counted, and you can recall many of Jeter's home runs.
You certainly can.
1-2 on Judge. Glaber leads off first base with one man out. We're scoreless, bottom of the third. Now, there's the 1-2. Swung on and hit in the air to right field. Back goes Renfroe on the track, makes the catch with 1/2 step to the wall. Let's face it, when the ball is hit in the air here to right field, especially if you're Judge or Stanton, you have to respect it.
It has a chance.
Yeah, and it had a chance. And he caught it with his back to the wall. So there are two. Here's Austin Wells. Wells is today's cleanup hitter. Brought to you by Serve Pro. Like it never even happened. Wells struck out his first time.
Wells was talking about how Salvi Perez is so nice to him, and Wells was 12 when Salvi Ferris started playing.
Pitch low to Wells.
And he said he's watched him all these years, and when he finally met him, he was so nice to him. He's always followed his career, but it is amazing. Salvi's been here a long time, and Austin Wells was 12 when he first saw him play.
Now here's the 1-0. Line base hit left field. He hits lefties, and he hits to left field. Two things I love about Wells. Stopping at second, of course, is Glaber. So the Yankees have first and second and 2 out. And here is Giancarlo.
And he's so good at going the other way. And Garcia almost got that one more step, but he didn't. But so good at going the opposite way.
First and second, 2 out, scoreless, bottom of the third pitch. Stanton cuts and misses, strike one. Stanton grounded to second his first time.
So, all 3 innings, they've had somebody at second base.
The 0-1. Hit hard on one hop, off the glove of Witt. Rounding third, coming home. The throw is offline. He scores. And the Yankees take a 1-0 lead. Glaber Torres came all the way in. Witt got a glove on it. It was hit hard. It tore off his glove, rolled to shallow left. When he got it, he just threw home. It was way wide. Now the Yankees take a 1-0 lead.
You know, that's one of those. We've talked about how Stanton just hits the ball so hard. You know, Witt did get a glove on it, but that was hit so hard it went off the top of the glove and into left field.
Wells, of course, stopped at second, so 2 on, 2 out. And here's Jazz. The pitch. There's a strike, 0-1. Now the 0-1. Jazz, I think, tried to bunt at it, but they're saying no, he did not. He took the butt back. Lance Barstow, the third base umpire, made the call. So the count 1-1. Runners lead first and second with 2 out. And the pitch is grounded weakly to third. Garcia throws to first in time, and that will end the inning. However, the Yankees take the lead. 1 run, 2 hits, and 2 left. And now, at the end of 3 innings of play, 1-0 Yanks. On WFAN Yankees Radio. Electrified by the Jeep 4xe line.
Will set the stage for Xavier Edwards. Selfishly looking for a single to complete the cycle. Toward short, Adames has it, gets rid of it quick, and he's safe! It's a single, and it's a cycle!
The second ever cycle in Marlins franchise history belongs to Xavier Edwards. It took 30 years, a rise, and now Edwards.
A 4-pitch walk to Soto, and they're loaded for Aaron Judge. Judge cranks one, deep left field, a grand slam, and the Yankees have the lead. Right on cue. He snaps his longest homerless drought, and just like that, the Yankees are in front. What a shot that was. What a moment.
Lawrence Butler time. He gets a hold of one early, and this ball's gonna fly on out. The growth he's seen over Butler. This one hit hard towards center field, and right on cue, Lawrence Butler adds another. Including his last save opportunity. That ball is belted. Lawrence Butler does it again.
Oh my God!
All tied up in the Queen City.
Maybe that swing.
Drives it in the air, deep left center. Judge leaping, and he made the catch. Oh, Aaron Judge, what a play. He does it all, and there's the double play. Send him to Monument Park now.
What a double play by the Yankee defense, and what a catch by the captain. What a way to end the inning.
Will lead off for the Royals. 4, 5, and 6. It'll be Perez, Gurriel, and then the only lefty hitter, Mike Massey. Now Rodon with the 1-0 lead deals, and the pitch low and away, 1-0.
What's brewing around the playoffs, presented by Corona, the official cerveza of Major League Baseball. One game today. It was a beauty. Kerry Carpenter, 3-run go-ahead home run off of Emmanuel Clase. 2 outs at the top of the 9th.
And the pitch low, 2-0.
The look on Clase's face was just like, how did that happen?
Yeah, it never happens. That is some dramatic home run. And especially they were down in the series 1-0. Now they go back to Detroit. Here's the 2-0. Swung on, and there it goes deep left field. That ball is high. It is far. It is gone. Tremendous for Salvi Perez. Now he ties the game up at 1 with a long drive in the left field seats.
Boy, and there was no doubt about that. And everybody just turned around and watched that go out.
Came on a 2-0 pitch.
And a 2-0 pitch from Rodon.
6th career postseason home run.
Well, John gave you the numbers before. Salvi Perez has hit Rodon very well, 12 for 26 before this game. That was his 4th homer off him.
Boy, he sat on the 2-0 pitch and hit the tar out of it. Now here's Gurriel, who pops it foul behind the plate out of play. It's a big home run for Kansas City, because they've lost the first game and they're down 1-0. Stadium is a tough place to play at times. That is a big blow by Perez to tie the game. Gurriel takes up high, and the count 1-1.
In that game, by the way, Tarek Skubal ended up no runs in 7 innings, 3 hits, no walks, and 8 strikeouts. But Will Vest gets the win in relief. Emmanuel Clase with the loss. Bo Brisky save number 2.
Pitches inside. You know who loved that home run was George Brett. He's in the stadium tonight.
And actually, George Brett was talking to the team the day before this all started about the rivalry here.
The 2-1. Oh, I love what he said. Yeah. He said there was only one word: hatred.
Hatred. They hit. Oh, Frank White and oh my goodness, Willie. Did Brett go into Greg Nettles? Was that who went into him?
The 2-2 is ground foul. Yeah, they fought at third.
Yes, they did.
Brett slid in hard, and they 2 went out of it.
Yeah.
Tough guys.
He really was. I mean, Michael Walker was saying, I know we're hearing all these stories. I was a little boy. I wasn't born. Or somebody said, Lorenzen said, I wasn't born. I don't know these stories.
And the 2-2 is fouled off. Well, one thing. I mean, we certainly remember it. But those series started in 76. And that's a long time ago.
Yeah, every year till 80. Yeah, it is. Not to us, though. I remember it.
Now here's the 2-2. Swung on, a fly ball to left. Charging Verdugo has to play it on a hop. May have broken his bat. Anyway, it's a single for Gurriel. There's a runner at first with no one out. Here's the lefty hitting second baseman, Michael Massey.
This pennant race series heating up. Watch the game, not the line. Order Uber Eats for pickup while at Yankee Stadium. Don't miss a pitch of Yankees baseball.
Massey, a left-hand hitter, singled to right his first time against Rodon. There go. Oh, he stopped. And the ball gets away from Wells back to the screen. So on to second base goes Gurriel. Gurriel faked me out. He took about 3 or 4 steps heading towards second and then quickly stopped. So he goes to second on what I would call a wild pitch.
Now, Rodon talking to himself. Yes, that is scored a wild pitch, indeed.
Now here's the 1-0. Lefty to lefty. And the pitch outside. Massey was bunting. And by the way, that's not bad strategy. And he bunts and gets the run to the third with one out. He can score an out. Now the 2-0 is taken low, 3-0. Again, he squared the bunt.
And so many times you've seen a pitcher kind of lose focus after a home run is hit.
Well, here's the 3-0 to Massey. And it's pumped right across, 3-1. Now Massey looks down at Vance Wilson to see if the bunt is on. Both Chisholm and Birdie are in at the corners. Birdie playing first today. 3-1, swinging, breaking ball, 3-2.
That's good. Defensive swing. That was not a good swing by Massey at all.
The top of the fourth inning, sponsored by Hand and Stone Massage and Facial Spa. Quick relaxing massage or facial after the game. Now here comes the payoff pitch to Massey. And he grounds it foul outside of first. There is no one out. Gurriel's at first. Salvi Perez opened the inning by hitting it deep in the left field seats to tie the game. Now Rodon's payoff struck him out swinging to a slider. Strikeout number 6 for Rodon. And now Matt Blake goes out to the mound, pitching coach.
And, of course, this consultation on the mound is brought to you by the Barnes Firm Injury Attorneys. Call for a free consultation at 1-800-8-MILLION. You know, while they're talking, you know what I remember every time I see Salvi Perez? Years ago, Kansas City used to have spring training at Disney, so we always were going to Disney World. That's where they, for years, before they moved out to Arizona. And I remember they had this rookie, and I remember Tony Perez saying to me, because they were deciding what to do with this 19-year-old, and Tony Pena said to me, if they send him down, they're crazy. And they didn't.
Good for them. Good for them. In Bill Madden's great 1954 book, he's talking about the emergence of the great black players. And Henry Aaron goes to training camp, and they're not sure. He's a second baseman. They're not sure who he is and where he's going to play. Here is Tommy Pham, right-handed. He takes it high. Anyway, you know how Henry Aaron hit, and the manager sent to the GM, how are we going to send him down?
Right. That's right.
No, it would be so unfair.
I can still hear Tony Pena say, they sent him down, they're crazy.
Here's the 1-0. Pitch is foul back. Pham struck out his first time.
This was before all those teams moved to Arizona. Kansas City was there. Cincinnati was there. Atlanta moved someplace else, but they were there.
It'll be a 1-1. And the pitch cut out on this. 1-2. I do remember that place. I just remember, because I have a terrible sense of direction, I had a tough time getting out of the place.
Yes, well, that had nothing to do with direction. That had to do with traffic at Disneyland, right. Disney World.
1-2 coming to Pham. And he lines one to right center field. There's a base hit. Rounding third is Gurriel. He will easily score. It's a base hit and an RBI by Tommy Pham. And Kansas City takes a 2-1 lead.
And that's why they went out and got Tommy Pham. He's done this with every team he has gotten to. He changes teams every year also. But he fouls pitches off and just made a little mistake right there, did Rodon. Threw it a little up.
So 2-1 KC. And here is Renfroe, right-hand hitter with power. Pham, the runner at first, he will run. Pitch way inside, 1-0. Here's the 1-0, first to throw to first. You know, I write numbers down, but I usually don't give them on the air. Pham, who just got that base hit to drive, this is why numbers mean nothing. He was 2 for 14 off-road, except on that at bat. Here's the 1-0. Renfroe takes a strike.
The past does not equal the future.
No, and we give these numbers, and you almost have to give them, but.
Now someone's up in the pen.
Now warming up in the Yankees bullpen, right-hander number 71,
Ian Hamilton's up.
Pitch is foul back. That'll be a 1-2 on Renfroe. I wonder if there's something wrong with Rodon.
Don't know.
I mean, you'd have to say that would be an early hook. I'm only down 2-1.
Yeah, it would be an early hook. Also, by the way, I believe Luis Heel is in the bullpen today.
Pitch is high.
As Clark Schmidt is going to pitch Game 3 in Kansas City.
It'll be a 2-2 to Renfroe. Pham, a short lead at first. There he goes. Pitch is taken. The throw to second, way late. So Pham steals second. Pham had stolen 6 out of 9 during the regular season.
And you knew that should be prepared for this because they do steal. They don't have a lot of big sluggers, so they are going to try and move as quickly as they can. They're going to steal. They're going to take an extra base.
Now here comes the payoff to Renfroe. He struck him out swinging as Rodon took something off, and a good pitch down and away. 7 strikeouts for Rodon. And now here is Hampson, who singled his first time.
He did not swing at a strike at that. That was on the outside when it left his hand and it got further outside.
Runner at second is Pham with 2 outs. And the pitch is lined hard but foul down the left field line. Kansas City has a 2-1 lead as we play here in the top of the 4th.
Again, he had that pinch hit, go-ahead 2-run single in Game 1.
0-1. Fastball high, 1-1.
Good time. This will be his. Well, I'll tell you why Hamilton's up. This is going to be his 30th pitch in this inning.
There's the 2-1. God on him. This on his change away. It's a pretty good pitch for him. And on the count 2-2.
I'd love it if he could just get him right here, get back, and regroup for the next inning. So that's what Rodon wants also.
Here is the 1-2. Pham, good lead off second. Rodon at the belt, and the pitch is high. I think also, Susan, that was Rodon's 70th pitch. So 70 pitches in 4 innings.
And 30 of them are in this inning.
Here's the 2-2 to Hampson. Pitch high, 3-2.
Certainly has the velocity. That was 99.
Now here comes the payoff pitch. It's hit, base hit left field in the shortstop hole. Verdugo fields, throws in. It's late. And on to second with a base hit is Hampson. And Kansas City takes a 3-1 lead.
And
one thing you can see, Kansas City, they're going to run at every opportunity. Here comes Boone. That'll be all for Rodon.
Well, and walking slowly, very slowly. George Brett out there yelling at Hampson, go to second, go to second. And as Ian Hamilton comes in, this pitching change is brought to you by the New York Lottery. Get out there and play the newest scratch-off games for a chance to win.
Paid actors represent actual clients.
After my car crash, the insurance company wasn't fair. My attorneys now at the Barnes firm got me $2.5 million.
I was hurt in a car accident. My attorney now at the Barnes firm, they got me $6 million.
Charlie heads out, began his Rockies career in center field, gonna end it the same way.
Charlie with a base hit. Gotta love it. Make sure you get that baseball, too.
Good for Charlie. Base hit in his final at bat. I'm sure that played into Buddy's decision.
And Charlie Blackmon's career as a Rocky has come to an end. And here is the standing ovation yet again. Swing and a drive, deep toward left. Number 2,000, a home run. Paul Goldschmidt's first career hit came in 2011 against Matt Cain. Number 1,000 against German Marquez and the Colorado Rockies 7 years ago. And tonight, July 26, 2024, number 2,000 against Kyle Finnegan.
Worked very, very well. Ian Hamilton, one of them. Jake Cousins is another one. Obviously, the biggest one you can point to is Luke Weaver. You know, guys that other teams haven't had luck with. Got Tim Hill from the White Sox.
Well, Hamilton is all set. Now here's Michael Garcia, a right-handed infielder, third baseman. Pitch line to right field. There's a base hit. Soto fields, rounding third is Hampson. The throw home is cut off. And they have the runner trapped. A little flip back to Glaber to Volpe, and Volpe will tag him out, but not before the base hit scores a run. A single to right by Garcia and an RBI as Hampson scores. And so in the inning, 3 runs on 5 hits and no one left. Now at the end of 3.5 innings of play, 3-1 Kansas City.
Will set the stage for Xavier Edwards. Selfishly looking for a single to complete the cycle. Towards short, Adames has it, gets rid of it quick, and he's safe! It's a single, and it's a cycle!
The second ever cycle in Marlins franchise history belongs to Xavier Edwards. It took 30 years, a rise, and now Edwards.
was glad to see Luis wanted to hit.
Yeah, I can't see him sitting out.
Is this going to
Get in there. Get in there.
It will. Same where the other went the other night. Two of them. He had a double and a triple on that same spot the other night. And he's got himself a double here to lead it off.
And look at his teammates. I think his teammates know as well. They want that ball. Get that ball back in. It's worth another look. Change up and away to the pull side.
Maybe that swing. Drives it in the air. Deep left center. Judge leaping. And he made the catch. Oh, Aaron Judge. What a play. He does it all. And there's the double play. Send him to Monument Park now.
What a double play by the Yankee defense, and what a catch by the captain. What a way to end the inning.
There's always that opportunity, yeah, but I think you have to throw at least one. Line down the left field line, it is a fair ball. 1 run scores. 2 runs score. Everybody scores. It's a bases clearing. Big pinch hit for Abanez, and it is 5-2 Detroit. Oh my goodness, what a...
Well, the Yankees down 3-1. Come to bat, bottom of the 4th inning, and here is Volpe to lead it off, and he takes a strike. Here is a line on Rodon. 3 2/3 innings, 3 runs, 7 hits, 7 strikeouts, no walks. Well, Susan, the strikeouts and walks are okay. Here's the 0-1. The pitch is low. But even before a lot of the barrage of hits, the Yankees had someone warming up.
They
sensed
did.
something.
Well, he saw something. They saw something. After he came out, he was electric, on fire in that first inning.
The 1-1's a breaking ball low, and the count 2-1 on Volpe. Bottom third for the Yanks, Volpe, Verdugo, and Berti. And the 2-1 inside 3-1.
Interesting what Reagan's, how he pitches now. Scored 4-1, got a 3-run lead here.
Now, this will be Reagan's 75th pitch. And he's just starting the 4th inning. Here's a 3-1, and it's outside ball 4. So, Volpe walks. Let's take 10 seconds for station ID on WFAN Yankees Radio.
Your home for BT and Sal. Weekdays from 10 to 2. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York.
Attention media, here's
The pitch to Verdugo is outside 1-0, and Salvi Perez will run the ball back out to the mound.
Yankee fans shop the New Era Authentic Collection at Yankees Team Store, NewEraCap.com. New Era, the official on-field cap of Major League Baseball. Isn't this odd? This is a guy who doesn't walk anybody. He walks nobody. Now someone's going to pick up the phone in the Kansas City bullpen. It's ringing, but nobody's answering.
But people are up, walking around. So the meeting is over. Perez comes back. Verdugo with a 1-0 count. That is the 4th walk given up by Reagan's. Hey, the Yankees have had base runners. They also have 3 hits, 7 base runners. The 1-0 swung on and grounded weakly to second. Massey flips to short 1, no throw to first. So Verdugo, a fielder's choice. And that'll bring up John Berti. The bottom of the 4th inning brought to you by Cars for Kids. 877 Cars for Kids. Cars with a K to donate your car today. Berti struck out his first time.
Royals bullpen left-hander number 61, Al Serpa, and right-hander number 46, John Schreiber.
The right-hander is John Schreiber. I didn't get the left-hander.
Serpa.
Oh, he was in the other night, yeah.
Well, there's only 11 pitchers on both staffs, so we're going to get to know everybody. And we have.
0-1 to Berti is high, 1-1.
Schreiber, of course, we saw with the Red Sox. Serpa we've seen plenty of.
The 1-1 fastball's inside 2-1. Well, one thing, you know that everyone's always looking for relievers, and they go team to team to team every year.
Every year. Because there's always a pitching coach that says, I can see that, what's wrong, I can fix that.
Right. All right, here's the 2-1 to the right-hand hitter. A cutout and miss on a change that was in the dirt on the outside. So the count 2-2.
Boy, that was a beauty. You really wonder what he saw, what Birdie saw, because that was going to hit the ground when it left his hand.
Now there's the 2-2. Foul back. Well, the count holds 2-2. Top of the order next, Gleyber Torres on deck. Kansas City with a 3-1 lead as we play in the bottom of the fourth. Now the lefty will deal 2-2. Line to left field, and they're making the catch as Pham. He hit it right on the nose. But Pham was right there. Had to reach up to make the catch. So two-way, and here is Gleyber Torres.
You know, we were talking about, well, I was talking about at some point about the stolen bases in the last couple of years since the bases got bigger and all that, and you can't throw over anymore. 2 years ago, 22, John Birdie led the major leagues with 41 stolen bases. The major leagues. Now, with not throwing over in bigger bases, it's very different.
There's a breaking ball strike. I think they've thrown out more. I don't know the numbers. I think with my eyes, they've thrown out more people this year than last year, when I never thought anyone would be thrown out. 0-1. His pop fouled the first base side. But you can see, though, between that you can't throw over to first base more than a couple of times and the bases being bigger.
Right.
Now time call for a moment. Here's the 0-2 to Gleyber. First to throw to first. Now the 0-2. A breaking ball's in the dirt, 1-2. Gleyber has been up twice and walked twice. Now the 1-2, line to third. Garcia there to make the grab, and that will end the inning. No runs, no hits, one left. At the end of 4, 3-1 Kansas City on WFAN Yankees Radio. Electrified by the Jeep 4xe lineup.
So, there's this guy, Paul Rivera, grew up in...
Is blasted deep to right field, and the Phillies get this road trip off on a good note. It's his 12th leadoff home run of the year. Oh man, he drills one to deep right field, and that one is gone. His second home run of the game, and a high fly ball to deep right field. They've come all the way back. Kyle Schwarber's third home run of the night. Unbelievable.
You talk about making a statement.
That will set the stage for Xavier Edwards. Selfishly looking for a single to complete the cycle. Towards short, Adames has it, gets rid of it quick, and he's safe! It's a single, and it's a cycle!
The second ever cycle in Marlins franchise history belongs to Xavier Edwards. It took 30 years, a rise, and now Edwards.
A 4-pitch walk to Soto, and they're loaded for Aaron Judge.
one. Deep left field. A grand slam. And the Yankees have the lead. Right on cue. He snaps his longest homerless drought. And just like that, the Yankees are in front. What a shot that was. What a moment. 2-0, there's a swing and a high fly ball towards the right field corner. Fair or foul towards the pole. It's off the pole and gone. Pavin Smith, his 5th of the year. Pavin swings, that's belted. Deep left field. Alvarez turns, walks, it's gone.
A grand slam. Second home run. Hang on, he's done it again. Pavin Smith, 3 homers.
Salvi Perez, a home run, and a whole bunch of hits after that. Now here's Bobby Witt to lead it off. And Hamilton deals, swung on, hit in the air to left field down the line, and on the run, Verdugo can't get it. Yankees got a break, it bounced foul. That would have been an easy double for Witt. The way he runs, who knows if the bounce isn't taken, it could be 3.
And in the Yankee pen, both Jake Cousins and Tim Hill are warming up. Oh, they got a break on that. Why?
Well, the next batter up is Vinny Antino, and if you, I don't think a lefty can get in right away, but that's the only guy who can face. There's only lefty till Massey comes up 6th. Now here's the 0-1 to Witt. And he hits a high fly foul down the right field line.
Hey, Yankee fans, sometimes travel plans change. That's why Amtrak Flex fares allow you to change or cancel your bookings up until departure without fees. Extra innings, no problem. Book with Flex fares today at Amtrak.com. Difference in fare may apply. Amtrak, proud partner of the New York Yankees.
It'll be an 0-2. And there's a bouncer. Tell the count 1-2 on Witt. Judge plays Witt a couple of steps to right as Hamilton gets ready for the 1-2. Slider is outside 2-2.
Now, he's had some problems with command since he's come back. Actually, control, because this is not within the strike zone. These are out of the strike zone, so it's controlled Hamilton.
2-2, low 3-2. Comes the payoff from Hamilton. Struck him out, swing, slider away. And Bobby Witt has not begun to hit, and he will, but not yet. The 5th inning brought to you by Elec 825, building our future. 1 out, no one on, and here is the lefty hitter, Vinny Pasquantino. Grounded foul behind the plate, 0-1. A brief stoppage because Wells is trying to fix part of his equipment. There it is.
One of the knee pad things came with the one that has the pitch comm on it. And that side gives the signals from down from there.
is the 0-1. Swung on and driven to deep right. It's going to be a foul ball. And that's the only thing that stopped it from being a home run. That was at the last row in the second deck.
Yeah. Didn't hit. He'll be 27 next week. Vinny Pasquantino from Richmond, Virginia, went to Old Dominion.
Pitch is cut on and missed on a breaking ball down and in. So 2 strikeouts in the inning. And here is Salvi Perez.
Back into the Royals bullpen, left-hander number 61 on Alex Verdugo.
Hamilton deals, and Salvi takes a strike. Kansas City with a 3-1 lead as we play in the top of the 5th. Now the 0-1. Grounded foul toward the Yankee dugout. The count 0-2. Pitch. Strike 3. So Hamilton struck out the side. Yankee pitching has struck out 10, but Kansas City's 4 runs in the 4th inning has given them a 4-1 lead.
Strike 3. It was 105.5 miles an hour.
No way. 105.5.
I can't believe my eyes.
No, that's not even on the FM dial.
That was unreal.
I don't even know if I want to high-five him. He might not be rated the next week.
Well, light your hand on fire at least. 105.5. Punch out Tommy Edman.
Here's Alonso now. Lindor at third, Nimmo at first. The pitch. Swing and a ball drilled. Right field. Freeling back at the wall. Out of here! It's out of here! Alonso an opposite field home run, and the Mets had the lead. Pete Alonso, the polar bear, takes Devin Williams deep. And here in the 9th, the comeback kids have done it again.
There's always that opportunity, yeah, but I think you have to throw at least one of them. Line down the left field line, it is a fair ball. 1 run scores. 2 runs score. Everybody scores. It's a bases clearing. Big pinch hit for Abanez, and it is 5-2 Detroit. Oh my goodness, what a big hit off the bench off of Josh Hader.
Fly ball to right field, sending Fernando back towards the wall. He leaps and makes the catch. Fernando made the grab and right. Why? Because he is Fernando. Time the leap, brings it down. Says no.
Get ready for another bobblehead. That's a platinum glove at work. A good old-fashioned snatch it back.
For starting pitcher Cole Reagans as Anthony's and Angel Zerpa comes in, the left-hander.
It's interesting, isn't it? So they're going to try to win the game with the bullpen.
Yep.
Not try, they certainly are. Angel Zerpa, he pitched in the other night, left-hander. But they're ready to build the rest of the game. That's a long time, 5 innings with their bullpen. Reagans goes 4 innings, 1 run, 3 hits, 5 strikeouts, 4 walks. Kansas City has a 4-1 lead as we play in the bottom of the 5th. Juan Soto will be the leadoff hitter.
Zephyr was the losing pitcher on Saturday. Give up a couple of walks.
Lefty to lefty, and Soto cuts and misses strike one. Soto's backswing hit Perez.
In the glove hand, he's in some pain. Hit one of the fingers. Let's see if we can see where that hit.
Attention media, here's tonight's final pitching line for Kansas City starter Cole Reagans.
Oh, it hit the one finger that is outside the glove.
4 walks, 5 strikeouts, 87 pitches.
It's a follow-through on the backswing. That's what gets him.
Says I'm okay.
But Salvi's ready to go.
3 hits, 1 run earned, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts.
Being 0-1 to Soto, now just getting in the batter's box. Kansas City with a 4-1 lead here in the 5th. Pitch is low. 1-1 to Soto. And the 1-1 is inside 2-1. Here's the 2-1. Fouled at home plate, 2-2 on Soto with Judge and Wells to follow. So you have 2 left-hand hitters of the 3 batters he has to face. So they brought in a lefty.
And right-hander number 46, John Schreiber.
The 2-2 strike 3 is called. Soto knew it too. And he walks away, 1 down.
Zephyr, 25 years old, throws very, very hard. Those fastballs, they call them sinkers. Those are 99 miles an hour. The breaking pitch is about 86 from Venezuela.
Now here is Judge. And the fastball's high outside, 1-0. That was 98. Every guy comes out of the bullpen is throwing 97 and 98.
Sinker slider pitcher from the left side.
1-0. Check swing foul back.
Yeah, 98, that was a 4-seamer. That was up and in.
Now the lefty deals, and it's fouled back. First base side of home plate, 1-2. Lefty's 1-2 is foul first base side. Now the count holds 1-2. Now the lefty deals 1-2, and the breaking ball is low, 2-2. Kansas City with a 4-1 lead. Yankees have had base runners in every inning, but they are lacking the hit, or the big hit anyway. Here's the 2-2 to Judge. And the pitch outside, 3-2.
98 once again. Good stop by Perez behind the plate.
Here's the payoff. It's high ball 4 through fastball. So the Yankees are being given walks. That's the 5th walk in 5 innings.
Like they did the other night. The Bet365 real-time money line is now plus 240 for the Yankees, minus 330 for the Royals, powered by Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now left-hand hitting Austin Wells. He's 1 for 2. And takes a strike. Judge at first, 1 out, 1 on. The Yankees trailing 4-1 here in the bottom of the 5th.
Back up in the Yankees bullpen, right-hander number 61, Jake Cousins.
Jake Cousins still throwing the Yankee pen.
1-1 cut on a miss on a breaking ball. 1-2, or rather 0-2. Now the lefty time is called for a moment as Wells asks for time. Here's the 0-2 to Wells. A chopper over the mound, grabbed by Witt, steps on second, throws to first for the double play. A 6-6-3 double play. And that ends the inning. No runs, no hits, no one left. The bottom of the fifth inning was brought to you by Gin and Juice, a premium seltzer.
Charlie heads out, began his Rockies career in center field, gonna end it the same way.
Charlie with a base hit. Gotta love it. Make sure you get that baseball, too.
Good for Charlie. Base hit in his final at bat. I'm sure that played into Buddy's decision.
Charlie Blackmon's career as a Rocky has come to an end. And here is the standing ovation yet again.
I was glad to see Luis wanted to hit. Yeah, I can't see him sitting out.
Is this going to
Get in there. Get in there.
It will. Same where the other went the other night. Two of them. He had a double and a triple on that same spot the other night. And he's got himself a double here to lead it off.
And look at his teammates. I think his teammates know as well. They want that ball. Get that ball back in. It's worth another look. Change up and away to the pull side.
That one is blasted deep to right field, and the Phillies get this road trip off on a good note. It's his 12th leadoff home run of the year. Oh, man, he drills one to deep right field, and that one is gone. His second home run of the game, and a high fly ball in deep right field. They've come all the way back. Kyle Schwarber's third home run of the night. Unbelievable.
You talk about making a statement.
This time, it's 3-1 San Diego. Merrill, center field. Harris back. He can't get it. San Diego has opened it up here in the second. They lead it 5-1. And what a shot from Merrill.
This is Anthony Volpe, and you're listening to New York Yankees baseball on The Fan.
Well, the new pitcher for the Yankees is the right-hander Jake Cousins, as this is now going to be a battle of the bullpens. Kind of interesting about Reagan's. They pulled him out that early.
So to the sixth we go. Right-hander Jake Cousins will deal to Gurriel. And there's a strike. Gurriel grounded out and single.
Playoff scoreboard brought to you by Ready Fresh, New York's most reliable water delivery service.
All right, here's the 0-1 from the right-hander. There's a strike at the knees on the outside, 0-2.
The National League Division Series will start again tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Game 3 at Citi Field. Aaron Nola for the Phillies, Sean Manaea for the Mets. These games have been wild.
0-2, hit on the ground at third. Chisholm with a long throw, low, and it pulled Birdie off the bag, so safe at first is Gurriel.
And at 9 o'clock Eastern, the Dodgers, Walker Buehler will go up against our old friend Michael King from San Diego.
Who has had a great year.
Yeah, he has.
Well, they called it an error, so the error's on Chisholm.
Back for the Yankees bullpen, left-hander number 54, Tim Hill.
Tim Hill back up for the Yankees.
Bullpen right-hander number 35, Clay.
And also Clay Holmes.
There's Michael Massey. He's a left-hand hitter. A throw to first. And Gurriel back. Gurriel's not a base runner.
And, of course, we've been talking about this afternoon Detroit on a 3-run go-ahead home run with 2 outs in the 9th inning off of Emmanuel Clase, Kerry Carpenter.
Pitch is low. 1-0. Of course, the Yankees are in a spot, you know. See, they have a righty and lefty up, and they really can't afford to give up any more runs. They're down 4-1 as it is here in the 6th. Gurriel a very short lead at first. And the pitch, breaking ball, missed outside 2-0.
And also on that last play, you got, you know, a third baseman who's learning the position and a first baseman who's never played there. Maybe you don't dive for that. Maybe you go get it and try and tag him.
The 2-0 is inside. It's a breaking ball. And the count 3-0. So if the Yankees take him out, if he loses this batter, that's the reason. They can't afford to give up any more runs. They only have 4 more at bats left. Here's the 3-0 to Massey. Way high outside. First and second, no one out. And here is Aaron Boone. I agree with you. I think it's Blake.
Yeah.
It's tough to tell when they go out, but I think it is Blake.
It is Blake. They're just talking to him about, that is my Blake. His hand over his mouth, saying a few things.
Well, the Yankees are losing 4-1, but that is their first walk of the game, which really doesn't mean anything because they've given up runs on hits. So Blake comes back. Tommy Pham is the hitter. First and second, no one out. Wells is staring in the dugout. I don't know what sign he's going to get from the dugout, but he was staring there. So first and second for the Royals, no one out. They try to put the game out of reach. They have a 4-1 lead here on the top of the 6th. Pham 1 for 2, ribby single, and he swings. It's a high fly to right. Soto on the edge of the track is there, makes the catch. Tagging at second and going to third is Gurriel. So first and third with 1 man out. Now they're going to bring up a left-hand hitter to hit for the right-hand hitter, Renfroe.
This will be M.J. Melendez,
who homered in the first game. And here is Aaron Boone. Well, he's going to bring in a lefty to pitch to the lefty, so.
And we wait for Tim Hill. This pitching change is sponsored by Ramsey Mazda. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda.
Number 54.
Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
Now it's time for Eyes on the Ball Player. Can you find Shohei Ohtani in this photo of Dodgers fans?
Be the greatest baseball player of all time.
Huge history. I mean, we're not going to see this again. What a swing for Shohei. Ohtani picks up his $700 million player who pitches, hits home runs.
It's the newest member of the Los Angeles Dodgers.
And
Swing and a drive. Deep toward left. Number 2,000, a home run. Paul Goldschmidt's first career hit came in 2011 against Matt Cain. Number 1,000 against German Marquez and the Colorado Rockies 7 years ago. And tonight, July 26, 2024, number 2,000 against Kyle Finnegan, a 2-run homer.
That will set the stage for Xavier Edwards. Selfishly looking for a single to complete the cycle. Towards short, Adames has it, gets rid of it quick, and he's safe! It's a single, and it's a cycle!
The second ever cycle in Marlins franchise history belongs to Xavier Edwards. It took 30 years, a rise, and now Edwards.
Charlie heads out, began his Rockies career.
Melendez for the righty hitter Renfroe. Yankees go get their lefty, Hill. Their runners at first and second. First and third. Gurriel tagged up on the fly ball. So first and third and one man out. Here is Melendez. Now the Yankees are doing something mildly interesting. Don't forget, they're down 4-1. They can't give up any more runs, but they're playing short and second back for the double play. Chisholm is in, but at short and second, they're deep. And Hill deals. There is a strike inside corner. Here's the 0-1. Grounded foul toward the Yankee dugout. 0-2.
I always think it's interesting because these aren't surprise moves. So Matt Quatraro knows that if he's going to put up N.J. Melendez instead of Hunter Renfroe, he knows he's going to bring in Hill. So would you rather have Cousins against Renfroe or Hill against Melendez? So they all know that it's going to happen.
0-2. Line. Oh, great grab by Birdie. Tags first for the double play. That saved a base hit and a run. That was a hot shot in the first base hole for a base hit to right field, and Birdie made a sprawling diving grab and then went and just tagged up first base for the double play. Terrific play by John Birdie. No runs, no hits, one error, and one left. And now they had a 5.5.
Degrees, crystal clear skies. We start the bottom of the first.
And a high fly ball to deep right center field. The Phillies have the lead. And Kyle Schwarber has the Major League season record for leadoff home runs. He now has 14. It is 1-0 Phillies.
What else can you say? The man is just absolutely incredible.
Tyler Fitzgerald, who's hit a home run in each of the last 4 games he's been in. Swing, and he hits a high drive deep to left field. And has he done it again? Yes, he has. Way back into the Dodger bullpen. Now that is an amazing feat. That's the 5th game in a row in which Tyler Fitzgerald has hit a home run.
Well, he gets a hanging breaking ball. You've been sitting upstairs to this guy right now, and he's going to make you pay.
Is pounded deep out to left. The walk-off slam for Wyatt Langford. Steps up here in the bottom of the 9th with the bases loaded and just unleashes on Clay Holmes with a game-winning walk-off grand slam home run.
A wild adventure this one was tonight. There's always that opportunity, but I think you have to throw at least one. Line down the left field line, it is a fair ball. 1 run scores. 2 runs score. Everybody scores. It's a bases clearing. Big pinch hit for is 5-2 Detroit. Oh my goodness, what a big hit off the bench off of Josh Hader.
To right field, and MJ Melendez will go in and play left field. And the new pitcher is the right-hander John Schreiber.
The batter, the right hand hitting, is Giancarlo. Yankees trailing 4-1, bottom of the 6th. And the right-handed deals a strike. He's a hard thrower, Schreiber.
Well, I guess John Brady can play first base. That was some play.
Oh,
he saved at least a run, right?
Absolutely. Well, it's a base. Well, there's a guy on third. That's the one run, and maybe more. Stanton cuts and misses at a slider, and the count 0-2.
He and Oswaldo Cabrera evidently were at the Rizzo School of First Base this week. Clay Holmes is up now for the Yanks.
0-2. Fastball high 1-2. Contact one of your local Honda dealers today for a great deal, or visit tryhondadealers.com.
Now we'll have the Royals.
1-2.
Left-hander number 50, Chris Bubich.
Breaking ball outside 2-2.
Chris Bubich, who's moved to the bullpen this year, is up for Kansas City.
Now the 2-2. Swung on, hit high in the air to right. Tommy Pham, and fairly deep right, makes the catch. One away.
Fans, if you looked in right field at Yankee Stadium, DKNY is ready to receive all of the Yankees' home runs. Check out DKNY.com to enhance your New York City style.
Well, one down here is Jazz Chisholm. Meanwhile, the Yankees have really been held in check. They only have 3 hits. Here's the bottom of the 6th inning with 1 out. And there's the strike. Yankees began the game with walks to Torres and Soto. First and second, no. Who is over 2 on the night. Now the 1-1. A high pop foul at third base side out of play.
Schreiber pitched in 59 games for the Royals. ERA of 3.66, 46 strikeouts, and 20 walks.
Here's the 1-2 to Jazz. That pitch high 2-2. Now the 2-2 is inside 3-2. Now Schreiber's payoff pitch to Jazz. Lined hard but foul down the right field line. For a moment. Jazz was out of the batter's box, now back in. It'll be a 3-2 from Schreiber. With 1 out, no one on, bottom of the 6th, and Kansas City with a 4-1 lead. Swung on, a fly ball hit to center. Hampson makes the catch 2-away. Now, Yankee fans get the home field advantage at Hawthorne Chevrolet in New Jersey. It's just a short fly ball away from the Bronx. Check out the great models at Hawthorne Chevrolet and drive one away today. Two down, here is Volpe. And the breaking ball is a strike, 0-1. the 0-1. Outside, 1-1. Volpe has one of the 3 hits. Wells has one, Stanton has one, and Anthony. Now Schreiber's 1-1. Caught on a missed 1-2.
Yeah, he can throw hard. He's just throwing 92, 93 with that 4-seamer right now to Volpe.
The 1-2. Breaking ball's outside, 2-2. Now the 2-2 is a dribbler down third, but it goes foul. He'd never gotten him, but it went foul, so the count remains 2-2.
Look at this Kansas City team. It's a 30-game difference from last year. They have done. See what happens when you add a little pitching? They added some starters and...
Wow, that is some jump, though, huh?
30 games, yeah. That's Lugo and Michael Wacha and Michael Lorenzen.
Here's the 2-2 to Volpe. And the fastball's outside. 3-2. It'll be a payoff from Schreiber. And pop foul, first base side out of play.
Great, terrific bat by Volpe. The pitcher very frustrated not being able to put him away.
It'll once again be a 3-2 from the right-hander. Swung on, hit in the air to right. Fan back, way back to make the catch. A one-handed running catch on the truck. So the Yankees again go down 1-2-3. And at the end of 6 innings of play, it's 4-1 Kansas City on WFAN Yankees Radio.
Charlie heads out, began his Rockies career in center field, gonna end it the same way.
Charlie with a base hit. Gotta love it. Make sure you get that baseball, too.
Good for Charlie. Base hit in his final at bat. I'm sure that played into Buddy's decision.
Charlie Blackmon's career as a Rocky has come to an end. And here is the standing ovation yet again.
That one is blasted deep to right field, and the Phillies get this road trip off on a good note. It's his 12th leadoff home run of the year. Oh, man, he drills one to deep right field, and that one is gone. His second home run of the game, and a high fly ball to deep right field, then come all the way back. Kyle Schwarber's third home run of the night. Unbelievable.
You talk about making a statement.
I was glad to see Luis wanted to hit. Yeah, I can't see him sitting out.
Is this going to
get in there? Get in there!
It will. Same where the other went the other night. 2 of them. He had a double and a triple on that same spot the other night. And he's got himself a double here to lead it off.
And look at his teammates. I think his teammates know as well. They want that ball. Get that ball back in. It's worth another look. Change up and away to the pull side.
Is pounded deep out to left. The walk-off slam for Wyatt Langford.
Langford steps up here in the bottom of the ninth with the bases loaded and just unleashes on Clay Holmes with a game-winning walk-off grand slam home run.
A wild adventure this one was tonight.
And he was absolutely terrific in his first postseason win. That was Saturday here. An inning and two-thirds scoreless. He only gave up one hit. Also stranded and inherited runner in the sixth inning when he came in. So he's been lights out here in middle relief.
And he will face Kyle Isbell hitting for Hampson as the lefty platoon comes in. They platoon in the outfield in two spots. So left-hand hitting Kyle Isbell hits for Hampson. Hampson was 2 for 2 with a couple of RBIs. The 1-0, cut on a miss.
That's the way they play the game now.
Now Holmes deals, hit hard, base hit right up the middle to center field, where Judge fields and flips back in. So the ninth spot in the batting order is done okay. They're 3 for 3, Hampson and Isbell.
Injuries can throw you a real curveball. If you've been injured in an accident, call Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm and proud sponsor of the New York Yankees.
Now, here's the third baseman, Michael Garcia. And the slider is outside, 1-0. Now the 1-0 from Holmes. First to throw to first. Isbell right on the base. There goes the runner. Pitch taken. The throw to second. They got him. That's one of those throws. You've seen Wells do it during the year, where his throw is on the first base side of second. So it's received, and then they're able to tag the runner on the way by. And that's exactly what Torres did. He caught the ball in the path and hit Isbell before he hit the bag. So one away. And the caught stealing is 2-4. It'll be a 1-1 to Garcia. And the pitch low, 2-1.
And he probably had a foot before Sam was going to touch that base when Glaber got him on the back.
Now here's the 2-1. That pitch low, 3-1. The 3-1 hit on the ground toward the middle, stopped by Volpe. He lost the ball coming up, so that'll be a base hit. I don't know whether it would have got him or not. Maybe it was a great throw. So the caught stealing is a biggie, or else Kansas City would have 2 on and no one out for the big guys.
Well, he got the ball, and when he turned around and tried to transfer, it just went out of his hand. I don't think he would have gotten him. He's pretty quick.
Garcia has stolen 37 out of 39. And he's at first. Here's Bobby Witt. And the pitch inside. There's the sinker breaking into Witt, but too far, 1-0. Now the 1-0 to Witt is cut on a missed 1-1.
Well, he hasn't had a hit in this series yet. 0 for 8, 3 strikeouts. How many series we've seen over the years where the star of the team doesn't hit?
Tonight's paid attendance.
They concentrate on them so much.
48,034. Again, tonight's paid attendance, 48,034. That marks a sellout in the Yankees.
Pitches outside, a slider, 2-1 to Witt.
Everybody says, this guy's not going to beat me. The same way they say it with Judge. He's not going to be the one to beat me.
Now the 2-1. Grounded foul outside of third. So 2-2 on Bobby Witt. The runner at first is Garcia. Now here's the 2-2. There he goes. Pitch taken. Throw to second base is late. It was also on the first base side. That was bounced. So a stolen base for Garcia. This team, you have to like this team.
Yeah.
They actually tell you they're going to run. They're going to run. They're going to take the extra base. They're going to steal. Big part of their game. So a runner at second with one out. 3-2 to Witt. And the right-hander Holmes now bluffs towards second. Garcia was off second. He bluffed because there was no one at second base other than Garcia. Here's the 3-2 to Witt. He struck him out swinging. You know, I know where you're going, Susan, with that. There's a whole period of World Series that were dominated by people you never heard of.
Absolutely.
Or you barely heard of.
Absolutely, because it's always the pesky second baseman who they didn't bother about, who gets 4 hits, or who's Brian Doyle, people like that. Marty Barrett was the MVP in the ALCS one year.
Pitch is low. Dusty Rhodes going back.
Because everybody says Aaron Judge isn't going to beat me. And they're saying the same thing about Bobby Witt. Absolutely.
1-0 to Pasquantino with a runner at second, 2 out. And the 1-0 lined hard but foul down the right field line. I mentioned this the other day. Pasquantino had a breakout year this year. He drove in 97 runs, but he got hurt. Someone, I think, hit him on the thumb.
Yeah, broke his thumb.
And he missed a month, or he would have had over 100 RBIs, which is what every slugger wants.
Number 50, Chris Bubich.
Chris Bubich is up for Kansas City.
1-1, grounded foul.
No, you haven't been to Kansas City, so you haven't seen the Pasquatch.
Oh.
Where do you see the Pasquatch? Every time he does something, a big Sasquatch, which is called the Pasquatch, walks across the outfield.
I can't wait. 1-2. And the breaking ball's inside. And the count 2-2. There's a sign as you walk into the ballpark in Kansas City. I look at it every time. It's Humphrey Bogart, Bogey. And he says, a hot dog at the ballpark is better than a dinner at the Ritz. I love it. Now here's the 2-2. He struck him out swinging. So in the inning, no runs, 2 hits, 1 left. And now at the end of 6.5 innings of play, it's 4-1 Kansas City on WFAN Yankees Radio, electrified by the Jeep 4xe lineup.
Hey, New York baseball fans, it's
80 degrees, crystal clear skies. We start the bottom of the first.
And a high fly ball to deep right center field. The Phillies have the lead. And Kyle Schwarber has the Major League season record for leadoff home runs. He now has 14. It is 1-0 Phillies.
What else can you say? The man is just absolutely incredible.
That one is blasted deep to right field, and the Phillies get this road trip off on a good note. It's his 12th leadoff home run of the year. Oh, man, he drills one to deep right field, and that one is gone. His second home run of the game, and a high fly ball in deep right field. They've come all the way back. Kyle Schwarber's third home run of the night. Unbelievable.
You talk about making a statement.
Holds the new single-season title for home runs by an Orioles shortstop. Move over Cal and move over Miguel Tejada. It's now Gunnar Henderson's world. That ball is hit hard to left field. Higashioka has done it again. And he pulls one down the line. It's a fair ball. Machado delivers this time. It's 3-1 San Diego. Merrill, center field. Harris back. He can't get it. San Diego has opened it up here in the second. They lead it 5-1.
New York Yankees. Purchase a plan and enjoy the best seat locations, significant savings, and flexible payment options. Plans start at just 9 games. Log on to Yankees.com, call 212-YANKEES, or email seasontickets@Yankees.com. For 2025 Yankees season tickets, email seasontickets@Yankees.com today.
The city remaining in the game and playing center field, number 28, Kyle Isbell.
And a couple more changes for KC. Kyle Isbell will be in center field, and coming in from the pen will be Chris Bubich.
And we pause 10 seconds for station ID on WFAN Yankees Radio.
Your home for Boomerang Geo. Mornings from 6 to 10. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York.
Well, the left-hander Chris Bubich comes in. Kansas City took out Reagan's after 4 innings. And so I guess they believe in their bullpen, and they're bringing everyone in one by one. Zerpa has been in, Schreiber has been in, now Bubich. The 7th inning stretch is brought to you by Symbiotica. Take charge of your health with premium supplements. Visit Symbiotica.com today.
Well, no, Bubich is a starter, but he just came back from Tommy John this year, so they put him in the bullpen, and he's been terrific. He pitched in both games of the wild card series, an inning and 2/3 scoreless, only giving up a couple of hits. He only pitched in 27 regular season games for the Rangers, and I guess, John, it's a good idea. You know, you're not going to have him start just coming off of Tommy John in July. Put him in the bullpen. He's done a nice job for them.
And everybody wants lefties in the bullpen to control lefty hitters, which frankly happens all the time. So that's something. They have 4 lefties.
Yeah. How many, though, teams in that last week? Everybody now has 4 lefties. Even Pittsburgh had 4 lefties coming out of the pen.
They did?
Book your ride online in minutes with Leros Transportation Group, driving people who drive business. Visit lerostg.com to learn more.
Well, we go to the bottom of the 7th inning, and a lefty will oppose Bubich. That's Verdugo.
Now, Verdugo 1 for 3 with a strikeout. I'll bet that was when he started. 5 walks, 39 strikeouts. Nice average in those 27 games of regular season.
And there is a strike. Kansas City with a 4-1 lead. Kansas City has 10 hits. They've had a lot of hits. The Yankees have 3 hits.
Yeah,
Here's the 0-1. Foul back, third base side. I'll tell you one thing, Susan. I know that nowadays things like strikeouts are a big deal. And I use this line that I stole from someone. I don't really care how fast ball 4 was. Anyway, the Yankees have struck out 12 men tonight in 7 innings. And you know what? It doesn't really help.
Tommy Kahnle now warming up for the Yanks.
And here's the 0-2. Breaking ball outside, 1-2.
Well, and here's the other thing. The Yankees, as you just said, only have 3 hits. And we're in the 7th inning. They're not going to win a lot of games 1-0. They've scored 1 run on 3 hits.
That'd be a 1-2. And it's foul third base. I just poked foul by Verdugo. Again, it'll be a 1-2. Swung on line to left center field. There's a base hit. Cut off by Isbell. So Verdugo, a little inside-out swing, and he lined it to left center to give the Yankees a good start to their 7th.
You know, with Verdugo, the way he's been playing these first 2 games, like that, a light switch went on.
Well, here's John Berti. He's a right-hand hitter. The pitch swung on and drilled to right. Back goes Pham, and he makes the catch on the track. Berti hit it right on the nose, and Pham made a little leap on the track, halfway on the track.
That's twice. He hit a liner to left field last time up.
He did, right on the nose. So 1 on, 1 out, and here's Gleyber Torres. Look at the job Berti's done tonight.
He's done terrific.
Made that great play at first and has hit the ball really hard twice, 2 out of 3 times. Gleyber fouls it down the right field line out of play. The 0-1. Counted on a missed high fastball at 94. 0-2. Gleyber has walked twice and lined to third. 0-2. And the breaking ball missed. 1-2 on Gleyber. The runner at first is Verdugo. There's 1 out. Bottom of the 7th, and Kansas City with 4 in the 4th has a 4-1 lead. Now the 1-2. Strike 3. Fastball outside corner. And they're 2 away.
And Bubic, Royals' #1 pick in 2018 out of Stanford. They had a bunch of guys that they thought were going to be their rotation. Brady Singer, Chris Bubic, Daniel Lynch. It didn't develop together the way they thought they were, so went out and got a Seth Lugo, got a Bill Reagan.
Pitch is low, 1-0 to Soto. It shows you, I can bring up something you'll agree with as well. It shows you what happens when you get a little pitching, right?
Yeah, veteran pitching.
And let's say with Washington in the NFL, you get a quarterback. It turns things around.
It does indeed.
Here's the 1-0 to Soto. There is a strike, 1-1. Soto up, and you know that Aaron Judge is on deck. Who's on deck? Brought to you by On Deck. Need a small business loan fast? Apply at ondeck.com. Now the 1-1. A high fly to left. Back goes Melendez on the track. He makes the catch, the very edge of the track. And that will end it. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. Now at the end of 7 innings of play, 4-1 Kansas City. On WFAN Yankees Radio, electrified by the Jeep 4x.
Maybe that swing. Drives it in the air. Deep left center. Judge leaping. And he made the catch. Oh, Aaron Judge. What a play. He does it all. And there's the double play. Send him to Monument Park now.
What a double play by the Yankee defense, and what a catch by the captain. What a way to end the inning.
Charlie heads out, began his Rockies career in center field, gonna end it the same way.
Charlie with a base hit. Gotta love it. Make sure you get that baseball, too.
Good for Charlie. Base hit in his final at bat. I'm sure that played into Buddy's decision.
Charlie Blackmon's career as a Rocky has come to an end. And here is the standing ovation yet again.
Tatis leaves the building, and this place is on its feet. Padres lead it 2-0. I'm telling you right now, Brandon Tatis did not wait. Saw the first pitch, and as soon as he hit it, he knew.
Fly ball to right field, sending Fernando back towards the wall. He leaps and makes the catch. Fernando made the grab and right. Why? Because he is Fernando. Time the lead, brings it down. Says no.
Get ready for another bobblehead. That's a platinum glove at work. A good old-fashioned snatch it back.
You know, I guess you can use everybody, John, because there's a day off between every single game, which sort of takes away the advantage of the team that had to play every day in the wild card series.
And you know what? Both managers are doing just that.
Absolutely. We would too.
Now, here we go to the top of the 8th, and here is Salvador Perez, who helped turn this game around. The Yankees had a 1-0 lead as the game went to the top of the 4th. And this game summary brought to you by Helix Wireless, connecting everything, everywhere. Salvi cuts and misses. Anyway, Perez led off the inning and hit a bomb in the deep left field seats, and the game was tied. And after that, Gurriel singled, Pham singled, Hampson singled, Garcia singled in the 0-1. Cut on a missed breaking ball, or rather changeup by Canely. That really bit down outside. So the count 0-2. Anyway, they had all these singles, and they take the extra base and score runs. And those are the only runs they've scored. They had 4 runs and 5 hits. Since then, the Yankee bullpens held them to no runs on 2 hits. But Kansas City's pitching's been great. Perez cuts and misses, strike 3. The Yankees have now struck out 13 men.
Go see Iron Maiden at Barclays Center on Saturday, November 2nd. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
One away. Here is Gurriel. And Canely deals, swung on a high fly to right. Soto toward the line, makes the catch, and they're 2 away.
Hey, look, once again, Yankees have had chances. Left on base. 6.
Now, Now, two-way, here's Michael Massey, who has singled, struck out, and walked. And there's a strike.
Change up, although he did get Gurriel on a fastball.
The leadoff hitter, Michael Garcia, he has 3 hits tonight. Just looking at my scorecard. 0-1 is cut on him. Missed on the change. Now here's the 0-2. Pitch is low. You know, you make out your lineup, and in this lineup, when a left-hander started, Garrett Hampson was the 9th hitter, and they moved Michael Garcia to the number 1 spot. They each have 3 hits. Isn't that something?
Yep.
The 1-2 is low, 2-2. So, you know, you have Witten, Pasquantino, and Salvi Perez, so they're seeing men on base because the 9th and the 1 hitter have 6 hits. There is the 2-2. Fouled it only.
And it's so interesting because Massey, they won in the lineup, obviously, but when there is a right-hander and he is the leadoff hitter, this is Matty Quatraro said yesterday we want him to get as many at-bats as possible. So, but the 2, 3, and 4, they stay right there. And I guess Yoli, too, since he's been...
There is the 2-2. Pop foul, third base side out of play. Canley's 2-2, and he grounds it foul, first base out. The 2-2, low 3-2. 2 outs, no one on. We're in the top of the 8th. Kansas City with 4 in the 4th have a 4-1 lead. Well, once again, here's the payoff, and it's high, ball 4.
Wow.
So a 2-out walk, Massey at first. And that'll bring up Tommy Pham.
Pham's 0 for 5 with a strikeout off of Canley. Never got a hit off him.
Pitch is inside, 1-0. I told you the Yankees have struck out 13. They've walked only 2. Here is the 1-0 to Pham. Outside 2, no. Anyway, the guy they walked twice is Michael Massey. Now here's the 2-0 to the right-hand hitter. Outside 3-0.
Interesting.
So Canley, who walked Massey, is now behind Pham, 3-0. A left-hand hitter, Melendez, up next. 3-0, outside ball.
Yep.
Excuse me. Called a strike by Ryan Blakeney, right on the outside corner, sure. So it'll be a 3-1. There's There's a strike in the same place.
Same place. Pham started to go to first base. Well, no wonder he started to go to first base. We saw that again.
Now here's the payoff. Canely deals. Strike 3. That was a fastball. That was a strike. So Yankee pitching, it doesn't really mean anything, have struck out 14 men tonight. And walked only 2. That hasn't helped. No runs, no hits, 1 left. Now at the end of 7.5 innings of play, 4-1 Kansas City on WFAN Yankees.
Because if it did, there's never been a right-handed hitter that has done it since this ballpark opened its doors in 2000.
And they're telling us in the truck that he indeed did have a splash hit. And that is the first one ever by a right-handed hitter.
The pitch. He struck him out. And the Kansas City Royals move on to the division series. And the Kansas City Royals, who lost 106 last year, the most ever by a team that made the playoffs the next year, not only make the playoffs, they march on. And the Baltimore Orioles have lost 10 straight postseason games in a row.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. It was 105.5 miles an hour.
No way! 105.5.
I can't believe my eyes.
No, that's not even on the FM dial.
That was unreal.
I don't know if I want to high five him. He might not be rated the next week.
Well, light your hand on fire. Yes. At least. A 105.5 punch out Tommy Edman.
Charlie heads out, began his Rockies career in center field, gonna end it the same way.
Charlie with a
base hit. Gotta love it.
Make sure you get that baseball, too.
Good for Charlie. Base hit in his final at bat. I'm sure that played into Buddy's decision.
And Charlie Blackmon's career as a Rocky has come to an end. And here is the standing ovation yet again.
Judge will lead off for the Yanks. Yanks trail by 3. Left-hander Chris Bubich will pitch his second inning. And there's a ground ball wide of third. Grabbed by Judge beats the throw. Grabbed by Garcia in the hole. He turned and threw it on one hop, but Judge beat the wrap. So there's Judge first hit.
Take a look at it. He goes to his left. He gets it. He could not get up as quickly as he thought. Turned it through as fast as he could. Bounced it. Judge just beat him. Lucas Erzeg, their closer, is up. Tim Meza is now up for the Yankees.
Wells fouls at third base side out of play. Wells has a base hit tonight. He's 1 for 3. Lefty to lefty, Bubich to Wells. And the breaking ball is low, 1-1. Left-hander said to be a 1-1 to Wells. And he grounds the foul off first. Held the count 1-2. Here's the 1-2. from the lefty. Outside 2-2. Actually, this is a big at-bat. Judges at first. Yankees trail by 3. If Wells could somehow get on base, and the next 2 hitters up actually have a chance to tie it, Stanton and Chisholm. Now here's the 2-2. Strike 3 called, 1 away. So with 1 away, here is Giancarlo. After the game, stay tuned for the post-game show with Justin Shackle, presented by Verizon, the network New York City relies on.
And that was right on the corner and absolutely framed, absolutely beautifully by Perez.
Stanton takes inside 1-0. Giancarlo tonight is 1 for 3. He knocked in the Yankee run, the only run, with a single back in the 3rd. There's the 1-0. And it's inside, trying to keep Stanton from extending the arms. 2-0. Now the 2-0. Hit hard on the ground to short. Witt goes to second. There's one. On to first. Double play. And it was started beautifully by Witt. That was almost a base hit in the hole. He made a great grab and started the double play. So the DP is 6-4-3. No runs, 1 hit. And no one left. Now at the end of 8 innings of play. 4.
The pitch. He struck him out. And the Kansas City Royals move on to the division series. And the Kansas City Royals lost 106 last year, the most ever by a team that made the playoffs the next year. Not only make the playoffs, they march on. And the Baltimore Orioles have lost 10 straight postseason games in a row. Swing and a drive deep toward left. Number 2,000, a home run.
Paul Goldschmidt's first career hit came in 2011 against Matt Cain. Number 1,000 against German Marquez and the Colorado Rockies 7 years ago. And tonight, July 26, 2024, number 2,000 against Kyle Finnegan, a 2-run homer.
High fly ball, a pop-up really, down the right field line in foul territory. Oh, what an effort by Jimenez as he goes flying into the netting. Jimenez caught that ball and got it back into the infield.
Unbelievable. No fear whatsoever, and they have called for the trainer to come down there. He is still into the seating area.
The 1-2. That's in the air left field. That's trouble. Jankowski back, and a magic catch! Oh my goodness, what a grab! He brings the game back! You just saw Major League thievery right there. Unbelievable.
And our hearts stopped for a second. You're thinking this ball has a chance to get out.
Hayes hits it deep to right center. Harris is back. He reaches him. Oh my! He brought it back. What a grab by Michael Harris to keep it 2-0.
You see the angle he's going about it. It looks like he's got it trapped, and he gets right to that position and launches himself over the fence. He's like, really?
And the new pitcher is the lefty Tim Meza.
Everyone winning their letter tonight.
Well, that's how these series are set up like that, so everyone can play every game. Every pitcher can come in every game. There's another day off tomorrow.
In a way, that's a very good idea, to get everyone an inning or so. Well, here is MJ Melendez, left-hand hitter against the lefty Meza. And the pitch inside 1-0. You know, Rodon, who had a great start to the game, went 3 2/3, 4 runs, 7 hits. The Yankee bullpen has given up no runs and 3 hits. The 1-0, there's a strike. But, of course, they started when the Yankees are down 4-1.
Right. I mean, they can't hit for them. And Yankees, I don't think the Yankees have had a runner in scoring position since the 3rd inning. I believe so.
Pitch is low. Let me look at my... No, they had base hits in the...
No, it's got a runner in scoring position.
Oh.
From second on. I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. Here's a 2-1. And the pitch outside 3-1 goes back to the screen. 4-1 Kansas City. We're in the top of the ninth. Kansas City 3 outs away from evening the series. And then the next 2 games are in KC. They'll be there Wednesday and Thursday. Pitch is grounded first. Birdie feels and steps on the bag. I'll tell you why I'm laughing. I looked at Susan, and she nodded like I was right. Yep, Wednesday and Thursday.
Right. Yep. Birdie's done a nice job over there.
Sure has. Now, one away. Here is Kyle Isbell. Melendez went in for Renfroe, lefty to righty. Isbell went in for Hampson, lefty to righty. And there's a strike. Now the 0-1. There's a strike at the knees. And the count 0-2.
Now warming up the Yankees bullpen, right-hander number 30, Luke Weaver.
Now Luke Weaver is up.
The pitch outside, 1-2 to Isbell.
Also back up in the Royals bullpen, right-hander.
Strike 3 is called. Good fastball, and they're 2-away.
Just in case.
So 15 strikeouts by Yankee pitch. What an odd game. So it's been all Kansas City, and the Yankees have struck out 15 men. The pitch is a strike to Garcia. And if you wonder about Weaver, he's warming up for one reason. Hopefully the Yankees would have a big rally in the 9th inning. And here's the 0-1. Line foul down the right field line. Garcia has 3 hits tonight, 3 for 4. Now the pitch is low inside, 1-2. Two outs, no one on. We're in the top of the 9th. All Kansas City, they have a 4-1 lead. They scored 4 in the 4th. Pitch is low, and the count 2-2. Yankees scored a run in the 3rd. Yankees scored a run, a walk to Torres, and then singles by Wells and Stanton with 2 out. And that's been it for the Yankee offense. Pitch, foul back. Once again, it'll be a 2-2 to Garcia. And the pitch is swung on a line to center field as a base hit. What a night for this young third baseman. Michael Garcia has 4 hits. He is 4 for 5. Now here's Bobby Witt. Garcia has stolen a base tonight. Here comes Booney out of the dugout. again, he can't afford for Kansas City to score any more runs. And the Yankees haven't been hitting anyway.
The pitch for the Yankees, right-hander, number 30, Luke Weaver.
So they are going to go to the bullpen. This pitching change, sponsored by Ramsey Mazda. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda.
Paid actors represent actual clients.
After my car crash, the insurance company wasn't fair. My attorneys now at the Barnes firm got me $2.5 million.
I was hurt in a car.
Hits it deep to right center. Harris is back. He reaches up. Oh, my! He brought it back. What a grab by Michael Harris to keep it 2-0.
You see the angle he's going about it. It looks like he's got a trap, and he gets right to that position and launches himself over the fence. He's like, really?
Fly ball, a pop-up really, down the right field line in foul territory. Oh, what an effort by Jimenez as he goes flying into the netting. Jimenez caught that ball and got it back into the infield.
Unbelievable. No fear whatsoever, and they have called for the trainer to come down there. He is still in.
Finding the Volvo you want is easy at Volvo Cars Ramsey.
I'm here.
Well, Jeff Weaver taking his warm-ups. Bobby Witt is up. And the Yankees down 4-1. Well, they've got to keep it at 4-1 to have any chance at all. So they bring in a right-hander to pitch to Witt. Witt is 0 for 4 on the night with 3 strikeouts. And Michael Garcia, the batter batting in front of him, has 4 hits. It's the old go figure. And it happens in playoffs really all the time.
And I think that Luke Weaver's pitch comm is not working.
So he meets with the home plate umpire, Ryan Blakeney. Now he gets a new device.
We've had a lot of those the last couple of weeks of the season. A lot of pitch comm malfunctions. Also, I'll have you know, John, I bet it's dropped 20 degrees down here. It's freezing.
Really?
Yeah.
It is. Isn't it funny how summer ends and before you know it, here's fall.
It ended in the 8th inning. It was.
Here's Bobby Witt. Garcia, remember he steals, and does he ever? He's so already tonight. 37 out of 39 during the year. And the pitch count on a missed 0-1. You know, there are a lot of things that go wrong in a year. But, Susan, how about the emergence of Jeff Weaver? Something's gone right.
You know, for somebody, keeping him close throws over, but for somebody that was not even a lock to make the team, and all of a sudden, the year is funny. He got more and more confidence. He's never been a reliever. He was a big first-round pick. He was still a starter even when he was with Kansas City a few years ago.
Now here's the 1-1. Strike fastball outside corner at 95.
You know what he kind of reminds me of? Remember when they put Phil Hughes in the bullpen? All of a sudden, he's throwing 96, 97, 98.
And only for 1 or 2 innings.
That's
yes,
exactly
he was
right.
Great. All right, here's the 1-2. That pitch low, 2-2.
You know, get a little confidence in this. This is a different pitcher than we saw at the beginning of the year.
He'll deal 2-2. Swung on a high pop off first, but playable. Birdie makes the catch. And that ends the top of the ninth. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. Well, at the end of 8 1/2, Kansas City 4, the Yankees 1 on WFAN Yankees Radio. The closer, I got from Oakland at midseason, and he's been great. And he will face Chisholm, Volpe, and Verdugo, the lefty-righty-lefty here, first 3 hitters in the ninth. Kansas City has a 4-1 lead. Now the right-hander Urseg goes pretty hard, deals, and the pitch fouled back by Chisholm.
Urseg, just such a great story. When he was in Oakland, also, John, when he was the setup guy to Mason Miller, that was some back end of the bullpen.
Whoa. And that's Oakland. Isn't that funny?
Yep.
Here is the 0-1. Pitch high. You know, Susan, during the year, you know, before the trade deadline, they kept on talking about, well, maybe Miller will be traded. And I thought, that got to be the craziest thing in the world. You have a fabulous closer. Keep him. Build around him. The 1-1. Swung on, hit high in the air to right. That ball is high. It is far. It is gone. Now you has Jazz. He homers to deep right. That ball is on the Chisholm trail. And the Yankees now trail 4-2.
Boy, and that's an ambush pitch I've ever saw one. Jazz had a great swing on that, and you saw the right fielder go back. He knew that was out.
Well, the first Yankee home run brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Visit Kia.com and discover movement that inspires. Now here's Volpe. He's only got 1 back. It's 4-2. And the breaking ball is high to Anthony.
Now, see how he reacts to giving up a home run. This is everyone's standing. Not a lot of people have left. It is really loud here.
1-0. There's a strike. 1-1. You have 50,000 people standing.
Screaming at you.
At the stadium. Hoping against hope. Now, the 1-1. A ground ball to short. Bobby Witt fields and throws one away. Now, one away, and here is Verdugo. Verdugo 1 for 3 on the night. And the pitch high, 1-0. Seg, ready to deal 1-0. Outside 2-0. The Yankees, well, obviously, they're down by 2. They need a base runner. When they get a base runner and someone hits one, tied up. But first they have to get a base runner. Here's the 2-0. A ground ball to third, and Garcia fires to first 2-0.
That was a 99-mile-an-hour fastball.
So 2 down, and that'll bring up John Berti. The Yankees hoping that Berti can get on. Torres is the on-deck hitter. And Kansas City, they're just 1 out away. They lead 4-2, bottom of the 9th pitch. Fastball inside, 1-0. Here's the 1-0. Berti, a right-hand hitter. And the pitch is foul back in the count 1-1. One reason that Berti is up instead of a left-hand hitter like Dominguez or Cabrera is because Berti's hit the ball really hard twice. Here's the 1-1, inside 2-1.
He had that liner to left, a hard liner to right. He's had very good at bats.
Here's the 2-1 coming to Berti. Lines up, base hit to right field. Berti holds it first as he rounds. Pham comes up throwing, and that's a big hit for Berti, who's had a heck of a game. And that'll bring up Gleyber Torres, and you know, you can't just say to him, go up there and hit a home run, but a home run would tie the game.
Well, and Gleyber has had a lot of ninth-inning histrionics over this season. Now they're going to have a meeting at the mound. The entire infield is Salvi called everybody out.
So the infield, that's Seg on the back. Go back to their positions. As Dizzy Dean would have said, they're respectable positions. So here is Gleyber Torres, who has walked twice, lined out, and struck out. And he's the tying run. 4-2 Kansas City, 2 outs in the 9th. And the pitch hit on the ground is short. Witt fields, throws to first in time. Ball game over. Kansas City wins. So the Royals even the best-of-5 series at 1 game apiece. They score 4 in the 4th, and they made it stand up. Their bullpen made it stand up. And Kansas City wins the ball game 4-2. Today's Yankees game has been brought to you by Casamigos Tequila and the family of Casamigos Tequilas. Anejo, Blanco, Cristalino, Reposado, Mezcal, and the new Casamigos Jalapeno. Casamigos Tequila, brought to you by those who drink it. Please enjoy responsibly. So Kansas City evens the best-of-5 series with a 4-2 victory here at Yankee Stadium tonight, and we'll get back and give you the totals, you know, winning pitcher and all that jazz.